guys. Ring of Honor time. Whenever that's gonna get started. Um, well, it hasn't played yet. Well, it's just 6 o'clock, so we'll give it a second or two. Okay, we're starting off with our boys here from the Undisputed Kingdom. Oh, they're talking about what's his name? Daddy Magic and Angela Parker.
Oh, that's Papa McGee.
Hmm.
Way to work that into the story.
Right.
Ooh.
Ouch. Ouch.
Yeah, oh, that's dirty.
Well,
And very
we're
nice,
already bringing the babies into the storyline.
very nice of Ring of Honor as well to have a opening promo. Like, what happened? Collision used to be the realm of that.
Right. They stopped doing that, and hopefully they get back to that. That's one of the things that really stood out to me with Collision.
It was nice to see that they're doing it here. Interesting font choice with the Lance Archer part.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that's the for what the choice was behind that one.
All right. There's your boy, Anthony
Mm.
Ogogo. Let's see
It'll
what he's
be
gonna do
interesting.
tonight.
Yeah. Interesting they're doing it on Ring of Honor and not like Rampage or something.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Well, it doesn't count. It doesn't count for AEW, so they can.
This is Shane Taylor. Hold on, we in Bailey's
Okay.
place.
This must be like a dark match or something.
I thought.
Oh no! I was hoping this is going to main event.
Oh, these are the
Oh, I was really
girls.
hoping this was going to main event.
Oh, we starting off with Mercedes Martinez, Diamante, and Taya Valkyrie with
Even
her
is.
tongue down Johnny's throat. God, it's so annoying.
But that's what I love about him. It is ridiculous.
We haven't seen Mercedes in a while.
Mm. She was in the competition, but
Oh, she was in the tournament.
tournament, excuse me.
And somehow, some way, Billy Starks won, which I just don't believe at all.
I like her theme song. I'm gonna have to find that.
Who, Tyus?
Yeah. I
Hmm.
realize I enjoy that one. I like it.
All right, Lady Frost. Let's see what happens here. Lady Frost is teaming with Layla.
And we
Who's
should get
here?
Abaddon, but thankfully, I think they're going to give Abaddon their
Oh,
own.
her. Oh, okay. Their own entrance. Okay.
Hopefully, I mean that they do deserve it.
Yeah.
Oh, I absolutely love Abaddon. I absolutely love Abaddon. Again, for anybody that is playing that game, Fight Forever, Abaddon is my forever champion. 6 belts. I think it's like 5 or 6 belts. Unbelievable.
I just saw something earlier with AEW selling some kind of. They
Oh
had some deal
yes.
on the game today for like $100.
If
I don't know if you saw it.
if I was buying the game now and it was a little less expensive, nah, I'm about there. I would probably buy it. I probably
I,
buy it. It has like all the first 4 seasons and the base game, but apparently it's partially because I think they're coming out with a new season, and it sounds like they're bringing in 2 new ring types and a few other really sought after wrestlers. I think like Adam Copeland is going to be in the next pack, so it's probably going to be a big deal.
mm-hmm.
It looks like they're still. I mean, I appreciate they're still trying. They haven't given up. They're still working on it. So at the very
Right.
least, we have that.
I'm surprised that they're in Daly's place. I really am.
No,
Oh,
they. I mean, we might see matches that are just like from all over the place. It'll be very
that's what I was
interesting to
just
see
thinking.
tonight.
That maybe we'll see half the show from Daly's place, the other half from God knows where.
Timbuktu. That's very interesting. Seeing like Abaddon and Lady Frost in the same ring
Right. They
together.
look like they could be sisters, right?
I would put that they could be in a tag team and have just like I could see them in Women of Wrestling. Like they would be
Mm-hmm.
awesome.
So I actually was binging a few episodes the other day. I really do appreciate what they're doing, but we need some help with WoW over there. We could use some help too.
You
I think
mean
it's safe to say all promotions can use some help.
well, ultimately, if there's a perfect promotion out there, someone please let me know.
Yeah.
Although I really wish. Oh, I love when they sell Abaddon.
Diamante is creeped out, I guess. Abaddon
Oh,
Abaddon fishnet's got to be green, right? Or are my eyes playing tricks on me?
sorry, they're what?
Fishnets? It's green, isn't it?
Looks to be or yellow.
There's something about it that makes Abaddon's hair stand out a little bit more.
I love their outfits. I swear they
Oh my
are
god, the pictures that
wonderful.
Abaddon has been posting on social media is just
I remember her first,
so good.
sorry, their first, oh, it's so hard sometimes. Um, Especially when you're not in practice of speaking about them. But
Hmm.
the first fishnet outfit, oh, I love that so much. I thought it was just so delicious. Oh, very good, Layla.
Layla
Mm,
is so good too. Well, she had a match recently on AEW.
mm.
Was it Serena Deeb?
It may have been. I
I feel
remember
like it
that
was
match.
Serena. Whatever the situation is, she didn't really get an opportunity to
Mm,
show herself.
mm.
She really didn't.
Probably just brought on for like as enhancement, sadly. Although, like before she left the injury, she was doing so well. I still remember she had that. She was using the thing that you tighten the ring ropes with. She was using that as a weapon, and that was like her
Mm.
whole bit, and like how she could get to it, and oh, it was so nice. This must be like later in the night. The crowd sounds. Oh no, there's the black group that
This
was
still
there
seemed
for
a little
Swerve.
early.
Yeah,
So
that's
they
that
did this
black group was
all on the
watching
same.
Swerve.
Oh, that is so interesting because last week we had a little show and they filmed all this stuff on the same night. It looks
Mm.
like, but they split whatever they filmed to be on one show and then the rest to be on another show, which is interesting.
We might get
Oh, we
another
have Ballet Dancer in the
40 minute
house. Hey,
episode.
Ballet.
Hey, Ballet.
Ballet says hit that like button. Ballet's never wrong about anything.
I love the blue on Diamante and legit Layla Hirsch.
Yeah, because I was looking at it, I was like, they look like they could be on the same team.
If they were, oh man, them as baddies. Like, even, oh, you can do so much with the women in Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm. And when I seen Layla with a dress one time, and it
All
was just
angry
like, this
about
is
it.
weird. Um, Well, the only time I ever seen her was her wedding. She got married last year, and her dress was pretty simple, but her wife's dress was a little bit more extravagant.
I don't think I've seen that. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen that. I'd be very envious, not jealous. I wouldn't want to take. I'd just be envious because I appreciate Layla Hirsch. Layla reminds me a little bit of like a Taz, like kind of like
Oh,
low center of gravity, lots of throws, can
I
get you
see
on the
that.
ground, like stretch you out.
She's really great in the
Mm.
ring. She just needs the opportunity to do more. I could think we could say the same thing about almost everybody in the women's division. With them having Ring of Honor, there's no reason why Ring of
Ooh!
Honor should be just 50 minutes.
If you guys didn't see that, Layla flipped over Miss Martinez and like flipped her over and did a suplex. It was very lovely. Actually, somewhat getting the crowd into it. And the crowd right now is not, it's like very, very early. So they're kind of just like, getting started.
Hmm.
Ooh, but it
Well,
looks like they're
what
getting
does
into it now.
brace do when you're in the ring? I'm always curious as to, is the knee brace fashion or what? I don't know what it does when you're actually in the ring.
Which one? The
Like
full
Layla
on
has a knee
one?
brace. I'm just saying, like in general,
Oh,
wrestlers wrestling with those knee braces.
I started
Layla's look a
paying
little
attention to
different.
that. Yeah, I started paying attention to that. Like, if you notice Chris Statlander, when she had her first ACL tear, the real bad
Mm-hmm.
one, she started wearing it on that leg. Other leg was
Right.
absolutely fine. But now that she got that second tear, she started
Mm-hmm.
wearing both of them. So I started paying attention, and I'm pretty sure Layla also had one of those really bad ones. So those types of support.
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's support. Ooh!
Wow. Lady
Eh,
Frost is so good.
what do you call
She's
that?
just always losing.
There's like a tornado if it was off of over the ropes, but it was off
Mm-hmm.
the top rope. But anyway, it's like the spinning thing onto, I forget who it was to actually, but it was very nice. Oh, Abaddon!
I just realized
Did a
Taya's
sunset
extension.
flip? She's another one that's like got that character. She could totally be in Woman of Wrestling.
Oh,
Mm.
Mercedes is taking care of Abaddon out there. Damn.
It's
The
split up. The
heels might
match is all over the
win.
place right now. And it looks like Diamante is going up to the top rope to do something. Diamante, excuse me.
Oh, so Taya smacked
Oh!
her in.
Oh!
Oh,
Oh!
they
Shock win
tried.
for me.
They tried my girl, Lady Frost.
I
Oh
mean, I hope
no!
this leads somewhere.
Why they did that? That is crazy. Like we're just talking about how she's always losing, but they ended up she's the one who ended up getting pinned. Damn. That's wild. But yeah, it got a little bit messy. Not surprised about that. Ballet Dancer says, I love watching WoW.
I
Very
enjoyed it. I
interesting
enjoyed this match. I
characters.
just think
Yeah, it was a
it
great
doesn't go
match.
in
Got a
anywhere.
little messy. I mean, what happens after this? Really nothing.
It's not a match for anything. So like the win or loss in this, it's unfortunate, but you got to give it to someone. It's just a shocker. I wasn't expecting them to give it to the heel team here.
Hmm. Well, here's your boy, Anthony Agogo. Let's see what he gonna do tonight. He's with Shane Taylor. Very
I
interesting.
Yeah, another critique. They brought Ogogo in. He kind of like already raises the status of the group, but they don't treat the group like they're killers to get them over. They're still doing like 50-50 stuff with them. So it's such a
Um, I don't know. Maybe keep them off AEW and have them be more of a threat in Ring of Honor, and then put them back on TV.
you
They could
could
be a legit trio by then. I don't
you
know.
could although like there's a disconnect. If you bring them back up, then they become like new characters again, which is okay. You can start them over as if they would be totally new, and you'd have to do the whole shebang over again.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting for him to be in a little better shape than this, but
Hmm. Yeah,
we're
it's
not gonna
interesting.
complain.
I don't really think of a go-go with
We've
this
been
like
seeing
body
him
type.
in suits for a few weeks now, so we didn't know what he looked like.
But he may be working for like just a leaner frame.
I mean, he's in better shape than me, so
Hmm. Me as well. And
I didn't
the
like the
person he's
theme
actually
song.
wrestling against is it's you would think he's coming back. They give him something new.
Yeah, something better.
Mm. He was never. He was a power guy. Like I don't. His Dark and
What was he
Elevation
doing
match.
before? He was a boxer or something, MMA. What is that? Some type of fighter.
He's known for having a strong punch. Like I remember, like the big thing was when No BS Paul White was still watching because they both had like a punch as a finisher. So that was
Mhm.
always a contrast for the two of them. Mm.
Who
Who
was that?
is this
Who's
fellow?
oh mine?
Is
That
it the
was
same thing?
Taylor ringside. I forgot he was there. I thought he. Oh my god! He. Oh my god! If some. Well, ref rung the bell. Good night, Zicky. I mean, that was a knockout.
Mm.
What he should
That's
do
his
is use
power.
that on Orange Cassidy. Show him what a real punch look like.
He's known to have a very beautiful punch. Like that was his whole bit, if I remember
I
correctly.
think he was like, I don't know, he was doing something before this. Oh, now he on the mic.
I love his voice.
Uh-oh, he said, get this rubbish out of my ring. Shane Taylor will take him out. Maybe getting a little promo.
I don't have eyes.
Oh, he's the governor of Ring of Honor. Oh, he was a boxer. Okay. Oh, Olympian too. Okay. Who he calling ugly?
Some old woman in the front. Oh, man, Rumble. Now, why couldn't that
Okay.
be on Rampage? But it's okay. Okay, maybe they'll give him another chance to
Let's
do
see
it.
what they'll do with them on Ring of Honor. You know,
Hmm.
Shane Taylor, Anthony, Lee Moriarty. Give them a
Oh,
chance, Tony Khan.
I'm fine. I'm watching it, so I'm perfectly fine with him coming off. It is a little sad because they could have been something on AEW, and it still can be. Definitely still can be.
Oh Lord, Rachel Ellering. Oh God, she is so boring.
I like her round head.
She says she's desperate. Uh-oh, here come Maria.
Where's this gonna go? We're getting bits today. Skits.
Hmm.
She still has the mask. Ooh!
What she said?
Ooh!
Did she just say? Okay, well, first of all, she said women's wrestling don't sell tickets. That's one. And then she said that Rachel Ellery sure damn hell don't sell tickets either. She's right about that part. Um, and she just walks away. Well, that'll break someone's spirits.
That's fucking heelish. That, you don't say that to someone.
Ouch.
Like, who are you? You're not even wrestling right now. You keep your mouth shut, woman. Wow. So, okay, but where does this go? I'm hoping it goes somewhere. We're getting some interesting little sprinkles of things that could happen.
Yes, let's get
But what?
storylines going on.
So where could
But
that lead?
Maria
someone...
was trying to get was trying to help Rachel at some point to kind of manage her, and obviously that went nowhere. She didn't want the help, so here we are.
What
She's
was
losing.
the end of that? Wasn't that almost going somewhere when she got hurt?
She got hurt.
And
she got hurt at a tournament with Layla.
Right, and they had that whole big kind of tension thing. That didn't really... Oh, maybe that's going to go somewhere. Oh, maybe they'll bring Layla in, and I'd like to see Layla as a heel again, personally.
We'll see. We got Kiera Hogan in the ring. I'm so surprised she said that, though.
To the chin?
About women's wrestling. That was a little weird. Especially after what happened last night. How like the commentators was absolutely ignoring the ladies in the ring.
TK
kind of made me a little upset.
For her. Oh, made me. I'm still heated about that. That was a very nice, like, step up guillotine leg drop to the back of this enhancement talent's head. But no, that still bugs me. And I can imagine that was a line written by Tony Khan. Like, that's directly from his kind of like him and his ilk, their mindset. Not Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega knows what Joshi wrestlers can do. Kenny Omega pays attention to like women's leagues and whatnot.
Hold on, you guys. We see y'all in the comment. I want to say something before I get back to the comment. Somebody, I didn't save the tweet, so I don't have it word for word.
Oh,
but nice yesterday somebody was harassing Sky Blue while she was wrestling, or when she was ringside. It was a Ring of Honor taping yesterday. And he kept catcalling her and talking about her body and all that stuff in front of his own child. That's for one. And Aubrey Edwards had called security to come get his ass out of here. So the crazy thing here is, I don't know if it's that same guy or if it's somebody else. They tweeted, y'all can't expect to dress the way that you guys dress and that men won't say anything to you. If you don't want a man to catcall you, cover up your ass. Are you serious? Are you serious? Sky Blue could be standing outside with a paper bag dress and somebody will still be catcalling her, whether her ass is out or not. So now what it is you can't show any parts of your body because someone's going to say something that you might not want to hear. Well, you can't win.
In that argument, what the male doesn't listen to and understand is they're saying someone else needs to dress by what I and my ilk deem appropriate so that we won't harm you. And that's not what that's not what they're not hearing. They're not hearing that they're saying that directly to somebody.
Absolutely.
So that's the disconnect with a bunch of people. There's that. So for me, the beer. I just heard peripherally about the beer and the man thing in the wood. And as a just a human being, a man, I was trying to think like, oh, like a man in the woods, like holy shit, like I don't know if I want to deal with that versus a bear who may not necessarily even give a fuck about me. And
Mhm.
then I realized watching other things that it's really a question framed for women. The idea of, as a male, I understand this. Like, I'm just dangerous, regardless of my personal intents or actions. If I'm on the street, no one knows what is inside of me. And
Right.
as a part of this unfortunate collective, like, I am a danger. And regardless of if I'm a black man or this type or another, I always think and remember in the back of middle of my brain, I'm a male. And I have certain things that allow me to live in society with a lot less fear than the people that stand next to me. My grandmother,
Right.
my cousins, anybody that I care about, and don't care about. There's just women who don't have that same luxury.
Mhm.
So it's unfortunate, but like
It's
that's
it
the
is.
thing that a lot of men that are on my side, like they don't see, and a lot of people need to speak up because they don't. If someone looks like you, they say it to them, they'll just block it out. But if someone looks like me and says it, they'll still block it out. But hopefully, it gets to them eventually.
Right.
I
It's
hate it.
it's
I
un
personally hate it.
it's really is unfortunate,
We live in a
for
horrible society for women. If anybody believes opposite to that, it's like
yeah.
you're foolish.
At
You
least
don't
during the
think about it.
workplace, she could feel safe than someone not being harassing her, from the crowd, And I don't know.
It should
I don't
be
know.
just
Like I
daily
said,
life.
she could be wearing a muumuu, and people would still find her to be beautiful and attractive. And some of the comments that I see on social media, these guys would post screenshots of like I don't know how the girls are in the ring or whatnot, just so they could show their ass or their breasts or whatever. And it's just like this is creepy as hell that y'all posting this. I don't know. I don't know, but for someone to say, "Oh, don't wear this or else we won't say this," that's
That's
crazy.
that's a threat.
Learn
That's
how
a
to act
threat.
like a gentleman.
Oh, I see women in like full on headgear on the streets of New York who get it. So don't think it's about dress.
Right. Oh, Nick Camarado. He is huge.
He is huge. Oh shit, you're right, he's huge. I like sorry, another backstage skit, everybody. Me? I can rise up.
Rise above what? Okay, Nick Camarado has joined Jacoby Watt's little church group.
I would rather see him on television than
This is definitely like an 80s wrestling character.
is me. I like this. I would rather this than seeing
Okay.
Jericho. I'd rather this than Jericho. Honestly, I would love to see him try this on Rampage. Just give him time, try to get it over.
Yeah.
It just
Oh, here's Lance Archer. Okay, while
he's
Lance
the
Archer is making his way out to the ring, let me get to these comments real quick. Daniel Barry, Sports Highlights in the House, says, "Hey everyone, happy Thursday. It is finally Thursday. I'm waiting for
happy
Friday.
Thursday.
I am over it this week. I've been over it." King Leo's in the house is tapping in during the workout. Oh, you know what? King Leo's gonna get sexy before we do. We got to get to the
No,
gym,
he's
Jamar.
definitely like inspiring me. I've been looking at like a core thing because for me I have to start all over, start from zero.
Damn, that sucks. Ballet says hi to King Leo. King Leo says hello to Ballet,
Hello,
Taki,
everybody.
and Lord Jamar. Let's see. He says, "Gotta get it right. Tonga Twins to AEW, Ring of Honor, or NXT." I do like them. I mean, they probably could probably NXT would be the best environment, really, because they're a team. WWE really caters more for a women's tag team. I think that would be the best case scenario for them. Robert's in the house. What's going on? Who are their opponents? We didn't even get a chance to hear their
You
names.
could probably just keep going through the comments. Like they're
Right. 'Cause,
probably
I
not gonna
mean,
laugh. If this
with
lasts 3 minutes, give them
two,
$1,000 each.
two of those guys look like,
Oh,
damn, this is
oh,
this is
Lance Archer
over.
was chasing one of the little guys around and got boss man slammed by what's his name? Vincent.
Uh,
No,
Dutch. Wait a
Dutch.
minute. These two guys in the ring look like Young
Mm.
Bucks ripoffs, don't they?
Or Jack Harlow. What is that?
They look.
Jack
They look
Harkness.
just. They look
Look like
just like
pirates.
I don't know what it is.
Stripper
They remind me
pirates.
of. It got to be done right here. What the hell? Well, damn.
Yeah,
This is
stripper
happening
pirates.
so fast.
These are
It's
definitely
about to be
stripper
done right
pirates.
here. Stripper pirates.
Everybody dies.
All
And
right,
Vincent
the
just
match is
popped the
over. Well,
squad.
damn. Was that even a whole minute?
No, that was nothing. I hope they made some money
I
off of
hate when
that.
they do shit like this. Like for real. This is you can't even call this a match.
It wasn't a match. It was just give them a win.
See, this is what I'm saying. Like there is no point of this because what does this do? Obviously, Dutch and Vincent and Lance Archer are going to beat up 3 twigs. Put them in the ring with somebody bigger and have them in the ring for like 10 minutes. Like, give us something so
I'd
we
be
can
fine with
see
that.
them.
I would absolutely agree.
They done picked up 3 dudes from the street and put them in the ring. Like, what is going on?
Well, this was likely just to pop the crowd. I mean, it does look like they're still bringing people in.
Look
I don't
at
know if this
Vincent
is
on Dutch's back. Oh my god. This is not acceptable, Tony Khan. I said I was gonna pop up on you in Jacksonville, Tony Khan, if you don't improve. I will.
Well, I told you earlier, if this does go 40 minutes again, I will be. It is right to be upset about it because.
Well, how many minutes are we in right now?
It looks like, or at least I'm seeing here, it's a 7 to 7:50. We're scheduled to 7 to 7:50.
Let's see. Let's see their tries again.
That could have been, if they had a strong team with them, that could have been a main event.
Oh, is that Billy Starks coming out?
We unfortunately know. We know from the lineup that it's like for them, it was just they were in action. It was like Lance Archer in action. You know that you're not going to match with that.
Great news. Some of my action figures started coming in the mail today. I'm so happy. I should get everything by Monday. I'm so freaking happy. You got to treat yourself, guys. You want something? Buy it.
Unless it's cocaine.
And then Bishop Khan liked my comment on X. I guess you can say we're moving up a step in this relationship.
Oh, that makes you friends.
Who knows? I might get lucky. Who knows? Might get lucky. Oh, did you see their promo after the beatdown?
Have not seen
agony.
it.
Oh, it's so good. It is so good. So good. If they don't do anything with them, this is I don't even know.
This is a good opportunity. Someone had pointed out and I feel it's the first. I feel they forgot about them and they just so happen to run across this storyline.
Yeah.
But other people believe that it's just in open sight. Like this was a plan all along, and one of the reasons we haven't seen them is because they were going to have them do this. Yeah, and then it allows Nana to still have the question mark. So that's a little something that we got to figure out. And you get a chance to. You definitely get a chance to do something with them.
Prince Nana tweeted too. He said, "I just got to the office. I'm gonna fix it." Something like that. I forgot what he said. Something to that effect or whatever. So we'll see what happens with Prince Nana and all these guys. It's interesting.
It'll be so heartbreaking.
Who is Billy's opponent? What's her name?
She's enhancement talent number 2.
Oh God, we got Athena who's ringside. Also, Billy won the title a few weeks ago. She didn't deserve it, in my opinion, but whatever. When are we gonna
I
actually
still
see
don't.
them do anything?
I still don't. I still don't.
Athena not really doing anything. Billy Stark's not really doing anything. What's going on?
Mm.
We got 2 women's titles and nothing.
Billy looks good though.
I
I gotta say,
guess.
she looks cute in her outfit.
I guess.
She's got a very like a superstar, like a Marvel character type thing going on. Dazzler. She's got a Dazzler-esque inspired thing going on.
Speaking of Marvel, X-Men is just heating up.
Oh, holy shit, that is so effing good. If you're not watching X-Men 97, mother effers, you are missing out.
You're missing out. You're missing
out. Sorry. This is like one of those things in life you're just missing out.
Yeah, we got one more episode. Next week is the season finale. Y'all got a little time to catch up. It's just so good.
It's so good. If you are a fan of X-Men in any shape or way or form, like as for me, as a young black kid watching comics, like Nightcrawler, particularly, I can show you right now, like he's on my screen. Seeing this guy who was dark and like fading in shadows and had this whole wonderful as a kid to be able to see, and they're doing these stories so well.
Yeah.
Storm, that story with Storm, which we won't talk about because you don't need spoilers. You should just watch it.
It's good. It's good. But my favorites are, well, at least based off just this show here, is Morph and Nightcrawler. I always like Nightcrawler, but I like Morph a lot since watching this show. And obviously Wolverine,
Wolverine. He's going to be interesting in season 2.
I found Scott to be so annoying. Let me not. We don't want to get spoilers, but I'm just finding him annoying. Honestly, I thought this match was going to be finished a while ago.
Yeah.
The title's not on the line. I don't think they said that, though.
This is just to give her some shine, but like, you know who could use this? And no, she's a person that, even though she's younger, she really does need the matches and the time in. Oh
my God, look how she kicked in the face like that.
Kick. That's an overdrive? Okay. I don't know if I necessarily see that as a finisher.
I would cry if I got kicked in the face like that.
Yeah, the kick in the face could have been a finisher.
Mm-hmm. Look at Athena, she's so pretty.
I do hope that they start getting back. I like that they're doing vignettes. You got a lot of talk time, but hopefully promos. Hopefully they get back to this, stories. When's the next Ring of Honor pay-per-view?
I think June. It's or July.
Premier athletes.
There they go. Tony Nese. Y'all need to just take them jackets off. There's no reason for y'all to be ripped like that, and y'all wearing top. Take it off.
They could be naked all the time, honestly. I don't think people will go up and be complaining like, it's okay.
If I had abs like that, I would just be wearing crop tops and stuff just to show off. Why not?
I'm a natural nudist. If I look like that, I'd be a nudist everywhere. Everywhere. Be at other people's houses. Like, it's just okay, right? It's fine, right? Yeah.
Should move to Florida. There's plenty of nudist communities.
I don't know if I could live in Florida.
Too hot.
Alligators, flying roaches, guys that have sex with crocodiles.
The stories I have of flying roaches. Lord have mercy. You just unlock some memories with that.
Oof, I love me Woods.
Yes, Josh Woods. Oh my gosh. If you're actually paying attention, they're actually forming quite a few trios right now, and we need that.
Ooh, I love that look at it. Straight look down the camera. Oh, that was well done.
All right,
Please.
oh, you heard that? Main event time. Tony Khan, count your motherfucking days.
Wow.
Main event time, and we're like, well, how many minutes we in? We're 40 minutes into the show, and we watching the main event.
I actually do this from, if anybody knows Conan O'Brien used to do his little pant dance. You can't really see my bottoms right now. Good, because I'm naked. But anyway, like he would do a little thing like this, just like Serpentico does with his little Angelico. How do you say his name?
Angelico.
Oh, they're talking about it now. They say Angelico. However you say it.
I don't know. Angelico said that like that's a dance from South Africa, from where he's from. That's their like, I don't know, traditional dance. And I'm just like, I gotta look this up because I don't know if that's true. For the millionth time, we're getting Cole Carter, Griff Garrison versus these two dudes, and it's just like, well, why?
And if you're going to do this, you got to step it up. You need a stipulation,
right, to make it a little different, like how they did with Adam and what's his name, Brody King yesterday. They had a really great match.
They had a great match, bloody as all hell. If you didn't watch it, guys,
all that blood, that spear to the table was just so beautiful. Oh my god!
It explains why they didn't use blood in the Orange Cassidy Trent match.
Trent Beretta thing. Why? Could it have been an overkill?
Yeah.
By the time the main event came on.
Because I was wondering why did they have just a normal match for those two? But they needed to save everything for that main event. That was the right choice. Yeah, we are seeing this again. Right now, if you're watching Ring of Honor, the matches are interesting. We're still seeing some fun stuff, but
it's
we're going back to that.
I'm gonna say
match.
I'm here for y'all at this point.
Oh, so Jay Lethal, Samoa Joe, and Adam Copeland are the next wrestlers for Fight Forever. Those are three great picks.
Well, I knew about Adam. Jay Lethal, I didn't know. That's interesting.
Maybe sorry, not Jay Lethal.
Jay White.
Jay White, Mr. Switchblade.
Oh, damn. This one I was about to feel happy for Jay Lethal.
All right. That's sad. Why is he not in it? Like, you don't need to do much.
Hey, forget the game. Why is he not on the damn show? That's the thing. I was so shocked when they put him in that gauntlet match.
Oh, that's right. It was I popped for that. I was very excited. I was very happy to see that.
That was a Jay Lethal is a live check-in. That's what that was. Ooh,
the flatliner, yeah. I'm still like a type of guy. I'm like looking at
tag him. I don't remember seeing him tagging him.
I look at certain moves and I'm like, headlock. I'm still at that place where I'm trying to figure out what moves are. I'm like Shivani.
How dare Shivani just stand there while Tony Storm was laid out?
And like it's just like
if it wasn't for Luther, she would have been laid out even till this morning probably.
Man, it's like he just saw a dead person and didn't care. Right? Like, oh my god, did you get shot?
She was looking pretty lifeless.
You want me to help? You want me to get a towel? I don't know what I should do right now. Like,
because when Shivani sees something he don't like, he's so animated and talking about how he don't like something, right? And then here we have a woman who's laid out after getting punched, and he doesn't help her. How dare you, Shivani?
Oh, that shot of him just standing there.
Griff Garrison, what's going on? I told you to go to the gym. You stopped going?
That's interesting to see the size difference between the two of them.
Yes, he's so tall. Oh my gosh. But then again, maybe Serpentico is really, really short. Nice to see Serpentico still employed.
Yeah, after all the other enhancement talents they gotten rid of. Like one of my favorite was El Fuego. What was that we had?
Fuego del Sol.
Fuego del Sol. Yeah. Do you remember when like I I some people say it was Cody Rhodes. I don't agree. I don't agree.
What?
But there was a second person that would come out with him on Dark and Elevation, and they were wrestling as a tag team.
Tag team.
Yeah. Mr. Fuego del Sol, right? It was him and like a taller, kind of buffier guy. He didn't look Mexican, I will agree, or Latin American, but he was a pretty impressive talent. I used to love watching him.
I'm not sure.
I want to find that.
Somebody on the chat gonna say it. Somebody on chat gonna say it. I'm not sure though. Damn.
I hope so. If you watch Dark and Elevation out there, please let us know.
Oh my God, Griff Garrison doing an hell of a dance. Oh my God. It's an AEW thing. Like AEW, none of their wrestlers are good dancers, and the audience sure ain't.
Whoa, okay, flying head scissors. It's like a 10-minute main event.
And I'm so annoyed now in the mornings. It's in the 80s. Who wants to wake up to 80-degree weather? Nobody.
I'm actually unhappy with the weather changing here.
Like it being like 60 to 70 to 75 is all right for me, not 80s.
Oh, that was a very nice little takeover.
All right, the baby faces are really taking over. It's not looking so good for Cole and
yeah. Oh, nice.
Don't be sleeping on Helico. He's really good.
Yeah. I have newfound respect for him. For a long time
they used him as an enhancement talent for so long. People just don't know how good he is.
Oh.
Wait, what happened to Kyle Fletcher?
Breakdancing out there.
Some people could be going for the TV title right now. I don't know what's going on.
Well, that's what they need to do with the stories. Like right now, they are in that like weird wobbly stage. As King Leo has mentioned, and as I think we all talked about, like them having just a place where they can shoot and they don't have to worry about the, if like Collision is on one week or if like, another show is not on this week. They just one main place to do tapings would probably benefit them so much.
Daily's Place, wherever they was at in Orlando, that's what they should be doing.
Or even like go to Philly and try to do like a ECW thing. Like So is this it? Is it over? Are we finally done with the feud? Watch, they're gonna beat him up and take his mask. Take his mask again.
Well, Maria has the mask, so
they're gonna give him a second
really
mask.
Cute jacket she's wearing. Now she's yelling at them. Did she throw the mask? She threw it. She threw it.
Mask.
All right.
So this is over.
I'm over the storyline.
I mean, the matches have been fun. I've enjoyed them.
I think she's probably going to go back with her husband. I think she's going to go back with them. Oh, you know what? Now here come Cole Carter and Griff Garrison beating them up.
Oh, they're doing it again. Now, please, if you're going to do this, have some kind of like final blood match, or what kind of match would you have?
I have no clue. Like, no match.
What type of stipulation?
I don't know.
Hair versus hair match. Let's do a hair versus hair match and get the hair off of Carter and Garrison.
Hair versus mask. Just that. Just be done with it. I'm over it. Serpentico looks like a little kindergartner.
No!
And Griff. Oh, they smashed his face onto that chair.
Don't do that to that young man. to that young boy.
Nice knowing you. If she
Are they?
take
They're
that
gonna take the
damn
second
extreme,
mask.
oh my
She's gonna take
god.
another mask. What do you mean? He's got a mask. What do you mean it's mine? He's already got one.
She took the damn thing again. I'm over it. Turn this shit off. I'm done.
Although she is
I'm
pissing
done.
off the crowd. Oh,
I'm
oh,
done.
they
All right, now
didn't.
they're just giving this replay of the show. This is just wild. Tony Khan, what?
50 minutes today.
50
Oh,
minutes.
it's 10 minutes more than last time.
Right, last week was 40. They gave us 10 more minutes. That's lovely. God, this is just so annoying. So annoying. Let's get to the comments. Robert says Jamari got some homework for you to check out Baller Blocking. Oh, the movie that he was talking about.
Oh, you mentioned that one, yeah.
Let's see. King Leo says, "What's up to RB?" Oh, we got Johnny Beans in the house. Says, "Sup Tati, sup Jamar." LOL, Jamar. They just taped another Ring of Honor last night. Oh, so yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier about the Sky Blue thing because it was taping Ring of Honor. Mike is in the house. What's going on? Let's see. Kilio says them comments was out of line. I just went off on somebody talking about Bailey being put on the posters, calling her ugly. Oh my gosh! If I got $1 for every time someone called Bailey ugly, I mean, everybody has their own preference, but ugly, I don't see ugly.
Well, that's the thing. Everybody has their own preference. So if it's your opinion, it's yours. Just keep it to yourself. Like, like
I don't know.
It's everybody's got an opinion on it. Beauty is there's no objective form of beauty. Ultimately, like some people say rarity, some people say symmetry, this, that, and another. But it's all like our perceptions. How are we fighting or even using it to say one is right over the other? I don't. That's why I try to pay so little attention. And someone made a good point. It's like the concept is like we talk to people on social media as if they exist in our world, but it's really like you're speaking to something that doesn't exist. It's like there's a momentary impression of someone and then it goes away. They can just go away.
It should be easy to just pretend that it doesn't exist too. But with all this negativity, though, sometimes it's a little difficult. I was just reading about how like Gates of Agony and Brian they attacked Swerve yesterday, and now everybody's lashing out at Toa Leona talking about you'll want to be Bloodline member.
Okay,
and I'm just like, what? What the hell? He was trained by Rikishi. You know what I mean? And he's a Samoan too. So it's like you can't even be Samoan in this business without you being a wannabe Bloodline member. Like, I
don't think Samoan knows company lines. Like,
right.
like Samoan is like a construct
like it's something
in wrestling.
like WWE made up or something. It's an actual
exactly. Yeah. Did you know the Booyah tribe would not exist if not for the WWF? Wouldn't have been. Just never have been. There's no Samoans without the WWE.
Kim Lee said he told her not to wear fishnets. I don't know. These people are just weird. If you're watching a show, especially a wrestling show, when you're yelling out from the crowd and the camera's right there, we can hear that shit, I don't know exactly all he said since it was taped. I don't know if it's something that they might air or not air. I don't know since it was from yesterday, but we'll see for next week. Richard Martinez says, "Sup Jamar, hi Tati, I got an idea for Jericho Learning Tree on Collision. Top Flight lose to Bang Bang Gang, but backstage, Jericho confronts Action Andretti to join the Learning Tree. Oh, wait a minute. Top Flight is going against Brian and Claudio Castagnoli. So prayers for Top Flight. They're not winning that. Definitely not. And it seems like a weird matchup to put together, right?
This is for Collision?
Yeah.
It's just for a win. They're building up some team for another. I think right now one of
It's
the
it's
things we're
it's for
seeing.
Brian little warm up before the whole Anarchy and Arena match
Yeah,
for what
yeah.
2 weeks or whatever. I don't know. I don't care for it. But Learning
Hmm.
Tree, not Action Andretti. We can get somebody else. I'm not sacrificing Action Andretti because we need a solid trio going for those trios titles or the 6-man title. So I don't know. We'll sacrifice someone else.
They well, if they so let's say they get the what is it? What is the Pox
Oh
group
wait,
called? The something triangle?
what?
Pox group with
Oh, Death
Penta and
Triangle.
Death Triangle.
Hmm.
Yeah, it looks like there may be a direction where they're going to do something with Death Triangle and Bang Bang Gang because they had that overlap last night with the match
Oh,
with Rocky
oh
Romero when
yeah,
Pac
you're
came
right.
out.
You're right. That's possible. I
So
I'm cool with that.
yeah, so they're like there's an idea that they might want to push that in a direction. And if that's the case, like and they wanted to do something with Andretti because he has that history with Jericho.
Hmm.
Like, I don't want Jericho on my TV. I don't like that we're talking about this. All right, so we should just stop. But if you wanted to have that conversation, they do have something that they could work on because, like,
Hmm.
he did lose to him. So you have like kind of that built-in conflict, and maybe Jericho does a thing where he's like, "I want to help you," but all the while he's like fucking him over or something. And so it's
I
an
hear you.
idea. It's an idea,
I
but
hear I hear what y'all saying about Action Andretti, but we whatever he's doing, whatever Jericho's doing with Hook, let that continue. And Big Bill, let him do whatever they doing over there.
no, don't let it continue. Just stop. Like I'm okay with
Oh,
Jericho not being on TV. Please, it's
yeah, we're
okay.
not going. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, I think he's personally for me, honestly, he's kind of done. I don't like that he's actually pulling me into his new gimmick. Like I'm okay with him not
Oh,
being
not
around.
me, not me. Before I continue, how y'all feel about Team AEW?
Good question.
I feel like I feel like we could get a better team. I ain't gonna lie. Like I really do feel like we could have a better team. I'm just not excited about it. I'm not. Johnny says I like Ring of Honor today. We're getting characters and storylines.
Oh, characters, yeah.
They're doing a little something, but it's just not
And some
enough.
storylines. Some storylines.
Ballet said there's a ton of jerks out there, you know. And it like I don't know, like being a woman, we kind of get used to of how people are being jerks or whatever, especially men. And I don't know. I just I just ignore it. You know, like every time I go on Instagram and see, hey, when are you gonna get an OnlyFans? I mean, at first it's just like, that's nice. You would think that I should do that, but then after a while, it's just like, all right, this is annoying. You know what I mean? So I promise you guys, if the OnlyFans things happen, I will just announce it so you guys can stop asking. So in the meantime, it's not happening. And plus, there are so many women on there. Like, y'all not missing out on me. I'll tell you that much. There's plenty of women on there. So go enjoy them for now.
What I appreciate is that there is so many opportunities for people of all types and ilks.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's see. Johnny says, LOL, Jamar dancing. Ballet says, hello to all the creatures of the night. We got James L in the house at trivia after Ring of Honor. Oh, I did not plan that. I should have thought about that. I didn't. I thought that the show was going to be longer. To be honest with you, I thought it was going to be a much longer show because I started seeing some of the matches that we're going to have tonight. So I was like, oh, maybe we might at least get an hour and a half show or something, but not even.
I
It's just
wasn't. I sadly when seeing that lineup, I had such a. I tried to come in with low expectations for the show.
Mm-hmm.
We saw so many like what looked like they were just going to be one-sided matches.
Mike says Lance Archer says I don't get paid by the hour whenever he wrestles at AEW Ring of Honor. Right? They never really leave him in the ring for long enough so you can really see what he can do. And especially since he's with the Righteous, we got to see what that chemistry look like. We don't really get enough time with them in the ring together to see the chemistry.
His longest, more enjoyable matches, I guess, were that Texas Death that he had with Hangman. I think that was Dynamite. Oh, very, very good. And like, unfortunately, the one I remember is him with Kingston when he did a move off the top rope and he unfortunately like landed on his head. But he's such a beast; he was fine.
Mm-hmm.
I miss those. Yeah, his extended matches. He can really go. He can really, really go. Give him a chance.
Mm-hmm. And Kayleen says unbox them after the stream. I only got one today. I'm supposed to get another one in the mail today. And then all the other ones are coming every day. I got something new coming in. So I could do that by, I don't know, Tuesday.
Have you thought about doing unboxing videos? Do you do unboxing videos?
No, I just wait until I get everything and then I just do a video of just me taking them out the box. That's what I've done before. So
Very cool. Yeah.
mhm. Mhm. Right now I'm just still looking for like I've been just looking around for display cases cuz I'm just like I need something to put all my stuff in. But I don't know, I'm very picky. Very picky. I like the glass display cases, but they're so pricey. But it'll be worth it. It will be worth it. It's just that I don't want to put it together. So a little lazy on that. Let's see. Bella said, hopefully you get lucky, Tati. Girl, pray for me. See what happens between me and Bishop Khan. That would be lovely. And let's see. Jacob says, Sup Jamar, hi Tati. Since Embassy beat down Swerve, who do you think can join Swerve
Good
now?
question.
Yes. Okay. I'm glad you mentioned this. I woke up in the middle of the night thinking about that. Don't laugh at me.
If it
I think
was
about wrestling all the time.
not laughing,
Wait. So he says Keith Lee, Shelton Benjamin, and did somebody
I
say
don't
Keith
know.
Lee? Somebody said Keith Lee yesterday on the chat.
Yeah, we talked about it for a little bit.
Was
Keith
he?
Lee and Sheldon
Is he
Benjamin were
injured
mentioned.
or or was he sick? Keith Lee. No, he was sick. I think. Or no, right?
I
Remember,
don't
he
care.
was supposed to go against
Sadly.
Swerve
Mm.
at
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
some pay-per-view. The doctor said, "Get your ass home,"
Oh, wait,
and what's his name replaced him.
wasn't he also supposed to be? Did they ever have the match? Ring of Honor. It was supposed to be him and Shane Taylor.
Yeah, they had it.
Remember?
Uh-huh.
They had that
I
match.
I think that was the last match he had.
That
That was
was
like
around
2
that
weeks
time.
before the
Yeah.
match that he was supposed to
Okay.
have with Swerve.
And then he
I'm
had
not
a. Okay. Yeah, I
I'm
remember
not
that.
sure. I think it was health issues, not necessarily an
I remember that.
injury. But whatever the case is, we don't know what's going on with that. So I don't know if Keith Lee would be ready to join Swerve. And I think that would really be interesting. They used to be a tag team together. They obviously had beef. The beef never really have been resolved. So it would be interesting storyline wise.
And they can
Shelton
be faces
Benjamin,
again.
if you ain't got nothing to do, Shelton, come on over. You know, he's a great wrestler. And for him to be in the ring with a lot of guys that he's never been in the ring with, Shelton Benjamin will fucking kill it. And whoever that third person is, I don't know.
Oh, come on. Who else? Who else?
Oh, wait. Before we
Mr.
get there, it's not just
Okay.
okay, so Swerve is pretty much against the patriarchy, the embassy, and also the Young Bucks.
Yeah, he's gonna,
Well,
and
the
I
whole
like
elite, if
that.
you look at it that way.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like a whole gang of people against Swerve because Swerve been talking shit about them. And then you saw the Young Bucks was mocking Swerve after that beatdown or whatever. So um it's a lot of people. It's a lot of
And
people. And
pretty
that puts
cool
them in a
because
very it puts him in a compromising position though as the world champion. Because other
it
than
al-
that, he don't got no friends.
it also puts a lot of tension to him, which is a benefit, or at least for me, like they're not forgetting him, which is my biggest fear with him. Like I'm always afraid that they're just going to be like, this story is like the main arc of AEW or
What's
World
about Swerve?
Champion. Yeah, yeah. Our world
Mm-hmm.
champion is below that. Like it could happen, but they're
Mm-hmm.
not letting that elite story supersede him to a degree, and I'm
It
happy that
will.
they're not
This see,
forgetting him.
this is what I'm afraid of. They did this last year. Was it Double or Nothing or was it Revolution? I can't remember which one. Where they had an Anarchy in the Arena match, and MJF had to take a step back and let that whole thing be the main event and be the big thing of the pay per view. I'm pretty sure that's what they're gonna do again this year.
Most likely, because I imagine it'll be difficult to even follow that.
Why? Because they're just gonna be going around doing a whole bunch of foolishness. Like I don't know. I don't know.
Mm.
Christian and Swerve, I could imagine that being match of the night. I really can. Really can. So I don't know. I don't know. And this is a time I do feel like the whole elite story thing is supposed to be like the biggest thing going on in AEW, but not right now. Why'd y'all rush this whole thing? You know what I mean? Like literally they just started this whole thing just a few weeks ago, not even a whole month. And then now y'all taking this thing that could have literally been dragged out in a good way and have that be like the match of the summer or something, you know, where we got Team Elite versus Team AEW. And it could have been a big fucking deal by summertime. But y'all giving it to us after what, 2-3 weeks of y'all playing boss and beating up Tony Khan or whatever. Like, it's not enough time. I don't
Oh,
know. It's a
one of
waste.
the unfortunate critiques on watching a show that never ends is like we don't have foresight. So
Mm.
like I was thinking about that too, the exact same thing, but then it also hit me that this may be like a setup. I don't care about the FTR, the elite thing again. I mean, there's going to be another great match and whatnot, and you can see them doing it again. But FTR is ahead of time in Slam. But who knows? Who knows? That's the thing. Is like we only know right now, and it does look like they'll do that again. But with the
Right.
other pairings, like we've seen Eddie and
Eddie and Okada.
which was for me, I enjoyed quite a bit. It was great seeing Okada come out and just being such a shit. I love Okada, and I don't. Why do people call him, or not people? Why does a certain segment of the fandom call him Japanese Cody? I feel like that's so
What?
very
I actually never
disrespectful.
heard that.
Yeah, something
Why
like that.
Okada's better than Cody? Like, how dare they?
I don't know about better, but as a character and
Is it the
TV
blonde?
I think it's who's that guy? Cornette is a corneticism.
Oh,
Like I couldn't listen to his review of Dynasty because like it
he didn't
sounded
watch
like
it.
well the very beginning like he just spends his whole time like it's like he wants to just insult him like call him Japanese Cody or something Cody fake Cody something like
Mm-hmm.
that and it's spamming it without thinking about the match that was happening, and like you could
Mm-hmm.
automatically tell, like he
They
was.
already have this biasness going
That
into it
match
where
was so delicious if you really sit down and just enjoy it. But you can tell yeah, like immediately. And I don't understand. If someone could explain to me what does that even mean, because I love the guy and I don't get
yeah,
why
I've
the
never
insult.
actually heard anybody call them Japanese Cody. I never heard that. Like I
It's either
said,
Japanese
Okada's
Cody or
better.
fake Cody, something like that. I love him.
In what way? I don't like their styles in the ring. It's not the same. If that's what it is. If anything, it's the blonde. That's the only thing I can think of.
And that people wanted Cody to be a dickish heel and to see what that was like, but I don't know. But anyway, all right. So you have that, and that might extend to something. But then, like, the question is, and I kind of missed it. They brought back Danielson as a face. Of course, he was away for a while. I forgot
Of
myself
course.
that he was away. Yeah, I forgot. But he comes back. He's a face, and people love him. So, like, they are saying like that's a strong reason for him. And I
Mm.
keep looking at the. I was
It
looking at
doesn't
the.
surprise me though.
But I was looking at the roster. Like I couldn't think of who else would really fit in there. I was throwing out names, and I know it was like silly, but it's kind of like that. Like you look at the
Hmm.
roster, and it's like, well, who else is there? I don't want Moxley again because like he would fit, but
No, not Moxley. He got too much going
yeah,
on
yeah, he's
with New
okay to be away for
Japan
a
and
while.
all that stuff. Yeah.
And you can't do like a Claudio because he's not really like AEW. Danielson, you can make that argument for.
Hmm.
Although, when was the last time Danielson and who's on his team? Danielson and
Claudio?
the
Oh, Eddie?
no, oh yeah, when the last time they were together, like were they even friends?
No.
I feel like at some
Oh,
point.
they were at the pay-per-view. What was it? World's End. Yeah, that was the last time I think they were in the ring for the Continental, or it might have been after that too.
Oh,
I don't
that's
know.
right. When he was, oh, it was like, okay, so yeah, so it's like interesting. It's interesting because like anyway, but
To see how
the
they'll work
big thing
out.
is other than maybe Hangman, we know that we can't get Omega in there. He's off the shelf.
Right.
Like
Because what I thought was that Kenny would be team AEW by the time summertime would have came about or whatever, he could have been on the team.
well,
That would have been
they
great.
might still do it if he's can heal in time.
I don't know. I don't know. I think they kind of ruined it for me. Like I said, it's them having so many pay-per-views and them trying to just fill out these pay-per-views and they're not realizing that hey, we could be stretching certain things out rather than just giving them the second we think of it. You know? If y'all really sat there and thought of how to prolong this, the amount of amazing ideas they could have come up with would have been just damn near endless, but they're not even thinking about it. I don't know. I'm not sold on the team. I think
Do
they could have
you
done better on the team.
do you think that do you really think? Because I imagine that this isn't a TK thing, and that this is going to be driven by the elite. Do you think they're not going to think it through? Because that's what gives me hope. Like my understanding is like
Mhm.
those stories, like they take a lot of time in, and people have talked about how like even like the TK driver and some of those things were being built up so that they got to that moment. And that was like you know, maybe 2 months back, 1 2 months back, that they started doing stuff with the suits when it came down to, Sting's last match and whatnot. Like it
Mhm.
seems like they've been putting in a thought. So do you think that they will drop the ball on this one?
Yes, I do. But I could be wrong. We'll see.
And
I
that's
could
the
be
thing
wrong.
about this wonderful craziness where they never stop. There's no end of the season, so we never know. It's like we could think one thing now, and then next week it'll be like, oh shit, I didn't even think about that. I'm
Mhm.
hoping we get that versus, it does end because I do worry as well. I honestly do worry that they have the big match, and I thought that about Orange Juice, but then like I see that they have the wrinkle with Callus, so I like that. I
Orange
appreciate.
Cassidy could have been the leader of that group.
Oh,
For
which
real,
one?
for real. And I can't stand him, but he could have been the leader of Team AEW.
Mm, mm.
The way how they
Oh,
love
he
Orange
was one
Cassidy,
guy.
like I mean, he could have been, but they got that thing going on with Trent Beretta, and I'm already losing interest in it. But we'll see what happens. We'll see.
Even with the wrinkle of Callus, and where is the other best friend?
Who?
Because
Chris.
that's something that I'm really that still keeps me in it. That and what is going on with Don Callis, like
Mm,
those two questions. Like
the big question mark. I know a lot of people want to see Chris turn heel, but I mean, things could have been so much better with Trent just being. He could have been unhinged this whole time, and
I'd like to see him be
he's
more
like
heelish.
he's barely mad. You know what I mean? And it's just like, oh, come on, let's amp it up. Let's amp it up. We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see.
I think they looking back, they missed the mark last night because
Uh huh.
he gave him a pile driver on the Trent gave Orange a pile driver on the steps, and then that brutal kind of the pendulum into the bottom of the ring,
Mm-hmm.
and like Orange Cassidy basically like stood up 3 seconds later and walked out with Callus. Like they could have at that moment They could have sold it like Trent killed Orange Cassidy, and like, you know, Don Callis has to like is freaking out, like he's like, oh my god, like get the frig away, like what are you doing to this guy? And like Don Callis like doing something nice, but having Orange Cassidy completely laid out, make no blood because you know that came later, but just have him be effed up, and then maybe have someone like referees and come and help him out, but make it like a big deal. They had Orange Cassidy pop up 3-4 seconds later on, and small thing. That's a very small thing, but imagine if Orange Cassidy was knocked the F out last night and we left with Don Callis helping him, Trent walking up feeling really smug, Statlander's like, what the fuck are you doing? But still leaving with him because they got some kind of weird relationship. She's protesting, but is she protesting too much? Right? And simple little change, but would it have been different? I think so.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're not selling Trent as like he should be a beast. He freaking ended some guy's career. Like he just ended one of the best friends' career.
Well,
Chuck's
hold on.
career.
Platinum Seeds for SummerSlam going for 16,000. What the hell? For 2 tickets?
Well, did you hear that the last pay-per-view for WWE is like one of their best-selling ones, but it's definitely not one of their most what do you say? It wasn't the largest audience. It's just like tickets were like $300 per seat.
What it was talking about SmackDown or something like that.
This was
I know what you're
the
talking
last
about,
pay-per-view, the one in France.
Backlash?
Yeah.
I could imagine they made real good money over there. They had a
Hundreds of
couple of
dollars
shows
for their
there.
seats. Yeah, and like so it's not like the amount of people going is that people spent that, which is impressive. It's impressive. They spent that much money to go and see it.
Right. WWE knew that they would pay basically whatever it is that they were charging because they don't get these opportunities often. So
It's smart. It's a business thing. If you care about capitalism, fuck capitalism. Oh, sorry, this one. Then yeah, you got to be impressed.
a lot of people travel from all over the world just to go to WrestleMania. So yeah. Let's see. Ballet says Lance Archer braids be tight. It says I would love to see Shelton Benjamin in action. He was wrestling in Australia like a week or two.
The fourth person, you really can't think of who the fourth person would be. I feel like it's so night. Like for me, I immediately go to him.
Oh, for Swerve?
Yeah. AR Fox.
Oh yeah, AR Fox.
Immediately. Like I would just immediately have him up there and
but then so now what? He got these guys, but it's still not enough comparison to everybody who hates Swerve right now.
Understood, but if you had 4 like strong black people and like you know someone helps TK with the booking because he's not good with people of color, but you help them out and just let Swerve and his new rag. It'll be interesting with Keith Lee. That's something you'd think about, but let them be just brutal, like let them be villains that have that thin veneer, but let them be cheered and cool and whatnot. But let him just go. Right. Let Swerve be his badass self, man. Oh,
I don't know. Tony Khan got all that money, not enough brains.
Get Jay Lethal in there or something. You just gotta find all the black people in AEW right now. Bring them together, okay? Doing gang warfare again.
Sounds like Team AEW too.
It's our what was it? The boat. It'll be our like the AEW version of the boat incident with a white chair. If anybody remembers that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like Montgomery Brawl or whatever. Yeah.
It'll be like a call to arms. Just Swerve hanging to the belt. You're like, my brothers and sisters, I need you right now. And them all come out to take over the place.
I forgot about that. Because you know when that whole Brawl thing came out, everybody kept putting like wrestling commentary over it or whatever, and it just made it so much more intriguing. And I was just like, you guys are just so freaking hilarious. It made what actually kind of a bit of a sad situation.
Oh, shitty
and thing. It's crazy. The commentary made it so much better, you know. But
I
yeah,
love
I hear
paintings and
you.
like classical renderings of the scene. Just wonderful.
Yeah. Let's see. Henny God is here. Says, I'm only here so I won't get fined. I'm just kidding. Hey, everyone. Hey, what's going on, Henny God? King Leo said, I'm finally watching it. Jacob says, unless Tati, they give us another swerve where Keith Lee helps swerve from Christian group, but then turn heel to be new leader of embassy. Oh, and kick
Mm,
out Prince Nana. Keith Lee, the leader of the embassy. Oh,
okay. Okay, I see you. You know who I
that's
wish was still
interesting.
here that was doing that type of stuff? Leo Rush. I know, like,
Oh,
yeah, I know he didn't really fit, and like he said some shit to TK.
he
Bless your
almost
heart.
he almost doesn't fit anywhere he goes. That's the
Mm,
thing.
Although he's an
That mouth.
amazing talent, I love him as a talent,
Yeah.
and like he would be someone that would be interesting around this time if you still had him around.
King
But
Leah
he
said I gotta
he
run
he
it
was
back to see
critical
what
of
he.
TK. If anybody
Well,
remembers,
I
he
mean, a lot of people are. The thing is that's what I said. Like Tony Khan, he sounds like he's surrounded by yes men. Whereas, like, no matter what he said, everybody's like, yes, okay, sure, yeah, cool. When really, somebody really he needs people around him that's gonna challenge some of the things that he's saying and doing. That's how you get a better product.
true story.
Okay, King Leah said, I gotta run it back to see what Jake braided up. Oh god, that theory of Jake Snake Roberts braiding hair. Bella says I used to watch those X-Men cartoons back in the 90s. That's on Disney Plus too. So end up catching up on that before X-Men 97 came out. And man, it's so good. So if
It's
anybody
so
who's
good.
not watching and if you got interested, go check it out. It's pretty entertaining. Got one more episode left with the season, which will air next Wednesday. Let's see. Disney fired the lead guy of X-Men 97 right
Mm,
around the time before. That's what I heard too. What happened?
that's what I really want to understand. I don't understand it. I'm sad. I'm curious, and as a person of color, so curious what that story was.
I don't know. I heard the same thing too. Just not sure what the details are. And King Leo said Morph is hella funny, turning into Gene in the club, and Scott has always been annoying. I don't know. It's
Mm.
just extra annoying with this show. I don't know.
Well,
I don't
I
know.
would have to say, from reading the comic books, he's comic book accurate annoying. Like around that time when he had the issues between like you know his all the stuff. Like I remember it was before I forgot the name of it, but it was when like New York City was overcome by one of the demons, like the big demons, and the Madeline Pryor was a big part of it. And around that
Mhm.
time, like Scott was always just mopey. Oh, you gotta understand, like his situation, but he was known as this type of character even then.
Yeah, it's annoying.
It's very accurate though. He's in his
Yeah, I
feelings a
mean,
lot. He's in his feelings a lot.
too much. Definitely saw that the last episode. Kim Leo says the Yeet crop top. Oh no, not me. Not me. And you notice that a lot of male wrestlers are cutting their shirts like crop top style. You see Daniel Garcia doing it too. It kills me. And we do when he does that dance and crop top, and I'm just like, bro, I don't know. Let's see. Bella says showing all your business, Jamar. Hmm.
Oh, I don't remember what I was
Hmm.
referring to at that point.
I guess being a nudist.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, that just
I
yeah.
don't know about y'all, but like, well, it depends because if you okay, so if you have your own room, then you can get away with just being naked in your room, or it really just depends on who you live with. You can get away with stuff like that. Like at home, I just wear the bare minimum, and then when I go to sleep, I literally just underwear on, and that's it.
I
I
still
don't. It's comfortable. I don't feel like sleeping with all this clothes and feeling all hot and shit. I don't like it.
I still remember my great granddaddy. Boy, why don't you put some clothes on? Walking around here all naked all day. What's wrong with you? It's like you saw me naked when I was a baby. Like, yeah, I know, but I don't need to see it now, boy.
That's a different thing.
Walking around like, okay,
Okay.
okay, I see you. I see you too. I know.
Ballet says yeet. And then she says no yeet for Jimmy. Oh my god. When that whole yeet thing started, I was just like, what is this? This is so annoying. And I'm surprised that it's still going on to this day. I thought it was gonna die out really quickly, and it didn't. King Leo responds with yeet. And he says, I'm canceling if this continues. You hear that? You
Oh,
remember
that short period
a
of
couple
time.
of months ago, King Leo was talking about how much he enjoyed Ring of Honor. Now he talking about he about to cancel.
I'll be sad. I'll be sad. Like it'll be interesting to see what the next taping is. These next few weeks are painful though.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. He said that they are the new FTR and Bucks. Said I'm buying I'm buying that new pack this weekend. Jay White was the
Mm.
sell. Okay, so it was like $100. I think to buy the game and everybody that you can download, something like that. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know.
like all of the stuff up until the season 4, whatever the seasons, but like each seasons are their packs. So
Hmm.
everything up to season 4 is now
I don't
one
remember
full
seeing Jay
package.
White though. Oh, so
I would have.
Jay White is in that too. That $100 that they're talking about.
That's a good question. I'm actually not sure. I hope so. If so, like if it was right now and this was all done again, I would probably buy it at this point.
I don't know. People don't seem to be enjoying it.
The game itself is fun. It's just very sparse, but with the there's still match types and things, but with the at least the 2 new rings and some of the new characters,
Uh huh.
it's a little better. But it's still, again, thankfully they're still working on it. As long as they don't
Hmm.
give it up and they keep working on it and get more of the characters in, who knows?
All
You
right.
might do a full refresh or something.
Julio says hit that like button. Jacob says TNA should take Jay Lethal. Somebody take Jay Lethal. Anybody. They'll be doing more with him anywhere else. Let's see. He said that's facts. Give us one more run with Black Machismo. Robert says, I don't know if y'all heard Lashley got injured. Oh no.
Mhm.
Holy shit. Well, I guess he's gonna be out for a while. Well, I didn't hear about it, but I hope he's okay. Let's see. Kelia said, I did. I told y'all he was the cooler. Now they replace him with Dawkins in a tournament who has no chance. Dawkins. Oh, God, what a waste. What a waste. He's supposed to be going against. Who was supposed to go against? I forgot, but whoever it is, he got no chance. You're right. King Leo said that's sad, Robert. He said once it got 80, that's early. I'm doing 2 days a what? I'm doing 2 a days. Let's see. Ballet said what happened to Bobby Lashley. She says King Leo. So they're going to job Dawkins out. Absolutely. King Leo says yes to ballet. That I'm starting to think all these people they're pulling from the tournament may be popping for steroids, and now they know how to pass. Oh, basically what she was talking. Who was talking about the interview that they were doing with Maven or whatever?
Yeah, it's Maven and what were they called? The pretty boys, the one
The
Mason.
Maximum models.
Yeah, yeah. They had a conversation on.
Could you imagine if that's the case? Like, I mean, honestly, I don't. That would be interesting. I've always felt like if anything, WWE has probably let like one of their very top guys pass on things like that, like John Cena or Randy Orton, guys like that. I've always felt like low key they let them pass on stuff, for real, for
Or
real.
TKO. One interesting thing is how does TKO handle steroid stuff with UFC? not a question for us and
I'm not even gonna
this.
pretend I know.
Yeah, yeah, but like
I have
that
no
would be
clue.
something for them, for anyone who cares about that stuff to really ask about, because TKO is probably the one that's overseeing things now. Even as a yeah, TKO is probably overseeing it. Whatever
Uh-huh.
UFC has to deal with. Oh, I mean,
Oh, did y'all see? This is kind of
oh,
unrelated,
it's an
but what
interesting
is The
question.
Rock training for? What movie he about to do? Have y'all seen the pictures and stuff of The Rock? He's training for some movie. And oh my god, this guy just looks so freaking amazing. Better than what he looked like at WrestleMania. Insane.
I don't know. I only know like recently there's some report about The Rock being like not a great person on a acting set.
That's. I mean, I don't know. I've heard
Some
that too,
yeah,
but
there were
I've heard
some
that
reports about it.
before. I've heard that before too in the past, but I don't know. But he's not one of the like top paid actors for no reason. So, but to be honest, I don't really enjoy all his movies though.
It's been a long time since I thought he's
Oh
done
wait,
anything
isn't
super
he doing a
super great.
movie to be a a UFC fighter or MMA fighter?
Don't know. The
I think
last thing
that's
he
what
did
it
was
is.
the Black, not Black Scorpion. Whatever. He did the DC movie. He was a superhero. That's the last thing that I remember. It didn't do so well. Like he was hoping that it would be the linchpin of the new
Oh, Black
DC.
Adam. I didn't see
Yeah,
it, so I
yeah.
don't. I don't know. I
It
don't
was
know.
okay. It was okay as a superhero flick, but like, yeah, it was
But
in a
I'm
bad
tapped out
superhero
on the
flick. It was just
superhero stuff.
yeah, that's kind of the thing. It was not anything new, not anything all that crazy. There, there was one really great character in it, the magic guy, but it's just okay.
Interesting.
And he
Let's
worked
see.
really hard to get
I think it
Henry
is a
Cavill in
movie
the
where
movie.
he's playing something of a like fighting person or whatever. Maybe autobiography. I mean, not autobiography, a biopic or something like that. I think. I'm not sure. Ballet says, "Eye of the Beholder, the original Twilight Zone, is one of the greatest shows of all time. That ending never gets old. I
Is that the
absolutely
one?
agree."
That's the broken glasses one, right?
No, it's not. That's the one where I mean,
The
they have like the pig faces. Everybody
all
in the
the
hospital got a
doctors and
pig face. Yeah,
everybody has it, and they think she's the.
she like the
Oh
ugly
yeah,
one or something.
yeah, that's a classic.
Oh man. The glasses one, I forgot the name of that episode, but that really hit me because I can't imagine living my life without glasses.
No, me too, me too.
That one really hit me. Y'all don't know how much I love the Twilight Zone. Um, yeah, no, I collect Undertaker figures and stuff like that. But one thing that I do want to purchase is a talking Tina doll. They are going for hundreds of dollars, and it's kind of hard to find. And I might buy them. That's one of my favorite episodes. What? Well, probably my favorite episode was To Serve Man. Have you seen that?
You'd have to remind me what the plot is. I
Lord of
probably
the
have. You remember what sad that we don't really gravitate around like regular channels anymore. You remember the marathons of like Twilight Zone that you would be able to catch on
Yeah.
like love
Right, but
those, miss
everything
those.
is everything is streaming now,
Yeah,
so
there's probably a
you probably
channel.
don't
There's
catch
probably a Twilight Zone channel somewhere.
them.
Oh,
So
but
to that one is one of my favorites because it really all right. So is these aliens they come to Earth and then they're talking about how they're here to serve man, right? And they they share all these knowledge with everybody on Earth, and everybody thinks that them being there is a good thing. But meanwhile, they do have like their own agenda going on, right? So they have like this book and that nobody can understand what's in the book, right? And then towards the end of the episode, everybody's getting on spaceships to go to their world so that they can have like a better life or whatever. I guess they assume that wherever they're going is better than Earth. And really, right when people are getting on the spaceship, is the person who's been trying to decipher what they've been writing in this book. It turns out to be a cookbook. To serve man is to serve these motherfuckers to the aliens to eat. Oh man, I was so shook when I seen the episode. I was like, oh my god, it makes so much fucking sense. It's a cookbook on how to cook humans so that they can eat. So now on the show ends with them going to they're on the spaceship going to the whatever planets, and they're trying to fatten these earthlings up so that when they go ahead and eat them, that they're nice and plump and juicy for them to eat. Man, it's so good. It's so good. So good. Yeah, one of my favorite episodes for sure. The one with Talking Tina is another good one. Because that doll is, she's talking to the girl or whatever. The stepdad. The real issue here isn't even the doll. It's the stepdad who doesn't give a shit about the stepdaughter. He just you find a woman you like and she got baggage with children or whatever. So it's one of those type of situations, and he can't stand the fact that she's doing everything with this doll. So he keeps trying to destroy the doll, and the doll is indestructible. And she's trying to kill him, and she ends up killing him at the end. It's really good. It's really good.
That one stands out as well. What was the one that you just mentioned? The name of it?
Oh, with the alien to
Oh,
serve man.
To Serve Man.
It's good.
I don't feel like I remember that one. I feel like I would have to see it. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, as soon as you see the alien,
As soon as you see the alien,
one.
you know.
I remember that one. Yeah.
Okay, so there's another one. I can't remember the name of the little boy, but it's a little boy. If he thinks it, it happens. Shit, what was his name? So
And
if
is
he
that the
thinks
one where
something,
everybody
whatever.
has to be nice around him?
Yes, everybody is walking on eggshells around this little boy because if he thinks something, it's going to happen. So everybody's trying to be nice. They give him whatever the hell he wants, just so he don't think like, I don't know, I want to kill Auntie Jamie because I don't like her. You know what I mean? It's like that. Now I'm gonna tell you this. I didn't know this until like 2 years ago or so. They actually continued the story in the '90s version of Twilight Zone,
Is that
and it's
the
so good. It is
there
so
was
good.
well there's a few
With the
different
same with the
versions.
same with the same guy who plays the boy in the original.
Hmm.
He was in that episode too. It's so good.
Who was the host of that of the 90s? I feel like the guy who played the black guy.
Forrest Whitaker, right?
Whitaker. Forrest Whitaker, right?
Uh-huh.
That's what
Mhm.
yeah, I remember those. I didn't watch them
Yeah.
as much as well, of course, but that was around the time when they had those Freddy Nightmares.
Oh, it might have been. I'm not sure.
Freddy Nightmares, or might have been. I don't think Tales from the Crypt. That was more HBO.
Hmm.
I think that was also 90s, if anyone remembers. Oh, there's a good time
Yeah.
for like those anthology horror shows.
Yeah. I love horror anthologies. I really do. I've actually not given what's his name? Uh the newer version of Twilight Zone. I actually have not watched it.
That's with the guy
I
from Key and Peele,
yeah,
Jordan
Jordan
Peele.
Peele. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm just feeling some type of way about it. I don't know if I would like it. I don't know.
He's really interesting. There's a movie that came out recently, and I missed it on the first run, but I have to still try to catch it. Called Monkey Man, Monkey Boy, no Monkey Boy, and he helped produce the film. He didn't write or do anything, but he helped with the
Doesn't
someone was
sound
trying to
familiar.
make the movie and get it done.
Mm-hmm.
It's like John Wick ish, but for an Indian person. That's what kind of like the selling thing is.
I gotta see the trailer. The movie came out already?
It was in the theaters, and I really wanted to see it. It's one of those movies that with Peele's stamp on it. It was something that I wanted to check out and see
Mm-hmm.
because it generally things he tries to work with have been of high quality, even if it's not a hit.
Haven't been a fan of anything yet
Oh yeah, did you like
in terms of
the
the horror.
what was the first one?
Get Out.
You didn't
No, I
like Get
think
Out?
No, there's some things that was okay, but not my style. No, not my style. I see what he's trying to do.
Did you?
I congratulate him as a brother doing his thing, but not my style of horror.
Mm,
And let's see. Belly says that episode discussed what is seen as beautiful and ugly. Uh huh. And that's the thing. Like, it's not necessarily that men are watching these girls and thinking that they're beautiful. They're looking at Blue's ass. They're looking at Kira Hogan's ass. They're looking at Harley Cameron tits, who's that's all the way up to the sky. Like that's what they're looking at. They could care less about these girls' faces. So they're just objectifying these women. That's when it comes. That's when it gets weird. And sometimes I wonder, do I do the same thing too with all these sexy guys on the show? I don't know, but everybody got their preferences or whatever. And I think it's okay to like certain type of body types or whatever it is, whatever your preference is okay. But for you to be harassing people about it, for you to be taking pictures of these girls' crotch and their ass and all that stuff and putting on social media, that's so fucking creepy. And if people call you out on it, you deserve it.
and judging other people without understanding you're doing the judging yourself, like yeah, having that sense of understanding that you're what you are unhappy with, you're doing, but
Hmm.
uh,
Like last week, I went to get my daughter from the bus stop. And when I tell you, I just didn't even feel like leaving the house or anything. Like the bus stop is super close, but I don't. My baby's my only baby. I don't play that, so I go get her anyway. Now I'm walking, and I am looking a hot mess. When I say hot mess, 'cause I literally just got off my desk and started walking outside, and this guy is literally following me. Hey, mama, let me talk to you. Blah blah blah. And I'm just like ignoring this guy, but he is still walking with me and talking. And I am just like, at some point, you're just gonna turn around and fucking leave. Like his friend had to come get him away from me because I'm literally ignoring you and you're still following me. It's just absolutely insane. And like I said, I was just looking like a fucking dumpster, okay? And they don't care about what you look like or whatever situation. Is literally whatever they think they can get out of you. They don't care.
and so another sad thing is you are someone who can present and do that, but for women or kids, children who are younger, who have to deal with that without guidance and understanding of where it's coming from, and knowing that
Hmm.
it's negative attention. It's also
Yeah.
it's negative attention. It's not something that's healthy or beneficial ultimately,
Right. Right. I
and
mean, people
because
don't mind getting complimented and things like that, but it's so easy for them to take it too far and where it gets disrespectful.
or worse, grooming. Right? Not what's worse, but as bad grooming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. If anything, I still do believe like AW, whatever promotions they do got to make things feel a little bit more safe for the ladies. I think so too.
Ah,
Like a lot of these girls,
fucking
I don't know
Ric
if y'all
Flair
been
bringing it.
seeing recently, not because of COVID. A lot of these girls don't want to like when they do meet and greets, they don't want to be like physical with the fans, especially with men. So you would see like I don't know, let's say Mercedes, she'll probably hug a woman in a picture, but she'll be like a feet apart from a man. You know what I mean? Because these guys they get really creepy, and I don't know. I don't blame them.
I don't blame him at all either.
Let's see. So a lot of these women's do that. So when they do meet and greets, it's like, stand over there, don't get too close. But then you see when another woman approaches them, you can see that they feel more comfortable. And obviously there's a reason for that. Now let's see. Oh, okay. So Ballet says that Keith Lee has health issues. Okay. I didn't remember what it was, but he did say something hinting to something being wrong before the pay per view. And then right before the pay per view, that's when they announced that Dustin was taking his place. But Swerve and Dustin had a good match, though. I said Keith
Mm.
Lee was sick, but
Oh, although
now.
sorry, real quick, I felt like they gave Dustin too much. Still feel like they gave Dustin because I remember I think Swerve was still bad guy, right? And he attacked him beforehand or something with him feeling like he was messed up,
Um,
right?
Well, because Dustin and Keith Lee been on some kind of tag team, I guess, if you want to call it that. So for Dustin, it made sense for them to choose him, but Swerve right off the bat was just, you know, um, really aggressive with him. So it
Yeah,
didn't
like,
surprise me. He was the bad guy during this time. So yeah.
oh no, not a surprise. I feel like they gave Dustin too much. It's one of those times where I
I
felt like
really enjoyed Dustin. I really do.
I enjoy him too. I just feel like in that moment, like Swerve was because he was already Dustin was already injured. He like had been hurt, and he still was able to mount like a really good
And
comeback.
he
It was a
moves
long
so
match.
great in the ring. He
It was a
really
long
does.
match, but that was one time where I really felt they could have just like Swerve should have just like beat the f out of him and just like been
I think
decisive.
some people was looking at it like that too because Dustin replaced Keith Lee literally last second. More people were invested in seeing them continue the Keith Lee and Swerve situation. So I hear what you're saying on that. So Keith Lee was sick, but now he and Big E getting loved on. Let's see. Bella said they're getting loved on. LOL. What if Hangman, since he is drunk his blood? Oh, what if Hangman joined Swerve after everything that happened? um,
That's
I
an
don't know.
interesting question.
I didn't even think that at all. Because you when you think of everything that Swerve has done towards Hangman, you kind of think like, why would Hangman want to help?
And does Hangman
Um,
come back as a heel or a face?
hmm. I don't know. Well, I we don't. Well, they said like Hangman got family issues or whatever situation is. By the time he gets back, well, we don't know. But if Swerve is still champion, they can. I don't know. I know some people are kind of tired of Swerve and Hangman together at any
Oh, I'm not.
capacity. So
I'm not. I'm fine.
I'm cool with it. I would have been cool if they continued. I really would have. My whole thing I've been saying it would have been so cool to see Hangman have the title before Swerve and go against Swerve and Swerve get the title from him because it would have mean so much more with all the history that they have. That would have been cool to me. I would have been fine if they did that. But Tony Khan, he doesn't listen to me. He said that should have been an all in match. Elite versus. Oh, yeah, right. Because all in is August, right? August. Yeah, that's technically still summer. So, yeah, they could have did that. They could have stretched it out, but they didn't. So, huh.
Mhm.
They said, okay, Jacob said, what about Tati and Jamar, the Pope, D'Angelo, De Niro join Swerve since he's in talks with Tony Khan? Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't know who this
Okay.
person is.
What? Look him up. You'll know as soon as you look, as soon as you see him.
What's the name again?
Um, the Pope. Um, King Leo says the Rainmaker is that guy. Absolutely. I love him though. Like I was a little skeptical, like not surprised that he joined the elite, but I was just wondering like how things are gonna work out. And so far, it's been great. It's
Oh,
been great.
what did he say to what did he say to Omega on the last episode? Like he like grabs the mic, comes out, and then he
Oh, what
uh
was Omega was calling him something, and then he said, "I'm the new whatever now," and then the whole attack happened after that. I forgot what he was calling himself, something
and
like
even
that.
last
I don't know.
night, like he just did something and he kind of kissed and did a bang, and I was just like, oh, you dick. I was like, he doesn't have to say much, and I love you speaking English. Like he
This is what
comes
they should have
out.
been doing with Takeshita.
He only needs a little bit. He's so menacing and such a prick. Like he only needs a
Hmm.
line or two, and you're like, okay, I'm sold. What an asshole.
David wants us to do trivia. I don't have anything, but I promise next week I'll have something in case if we get a 2 second show again. So we can have something fun to do because I honestly was not expecting that. I thought we was gonna get a nice decent show, and that didn't happen.
I'll also put together a list thing. So that I've talked about it. I'll have it prepared, and maybe we'll talk
Actually,
about
because
it.
I was looking at other type of style games we can do. Jeopardy definitely was fun, but I was looking to see like what other things we can do just to switch it up a little bit. But I'm still looking around. But Jeopardy was definitely a hit. Everybody seemed to like it. Like crop tops. Belly said crop tops very popular during the 80s. Oh, and that's another thing too. Like
Hmm.
y'all, okay, so my daughter is 11 years old. Why are clothes in an 11-year-old section crop tops? It's almost every store is like that. And I'm just like, do they expect kids that age to be wearing crop tops? I cannot stand it. It's so freaking annoying. Every time I pick up a shirt and I'm like, oh, it's cute. Then I'm like, oh, no way you're wearing that. So I got to go full Winnie the Pooh with the clothes. Oh man, I love
Even
Winnie
then, it
the
wouldn't
Pooh.
stop, sadly, because people still find they're like, "Oh, you look so sexy. I want that, honey."
With the honey. They don't care what you wear, really.
Mm.
Let's see. The Ultimate Edition includes Jay White, Samoa Joe, Adam Copeland. Still waiting on Willow. So okay, so this
They
already
don't put
came
enough
out then,
women
right?
in. They don't put enough women in.
So this one came out yet, or it didn't come out? With Jay White and I want to see. I actually want to see what they look like. Is there like a commercial or an ad, I guess, showing? I've actually
I've
never
only.
really seen the commercials on TV. You? Only
I
during
don't
the
watch
show.
TV. I don't watch
Yeah, I
TV.
don't
I
really
never
watch
seen
TV like
anything.
that either, but I've actually never seen it though.
Yeah, just there, but I don't know. I don't know how they market it, and I don't personally. I get people use social media, and it is a big portion of marketing, but I think people, or at least companies that rely on that solely, are missing out. And I really hope that's
Hmm.
not one of the reasons why AEW seems to do so poorly with show promotions. I hope they don't work like just think about that because people still listen to radio, people still watch TV, people still do those things.
Right, right. Hmm.
I don't watch. I don't. I'm one of the person that misses out. You mentioned the thing about the promo that they did after Dynamite, and I don't know. I don't know.
I see that
I'm not
until
tuned in.
like 2 hours before I came on live. So if you don't have social media, you're not going to see a lot of the good stuff. Hopefully, they show that it wasn't a long promo, maybe a minute, minute and a half, something like that, but very good. They could put that on Collision.
And then there's
Um,
the opposite. Like last night, I saw the promo from Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, but you hadn't seen it. I had just like scrolling by Instagram. It just happened to pop on,
yeah.
but you hadn't seen that. So I don't know.
Hmm.
I at least I wish there was more of on the show. And I don't know why they don't do these, but have like QR sections to like clips or things, and make it. I guess it's because they don't want to pull you away from the viewing experience.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
it would be cool to have more of that interactive stuff.
I agree.
I gotta imagine there's a way to do it. I have to imagine. They used to have the ticker tape for Dark and Elevation, but you don't even have that for Ring of Honor.
Hmm. Kelia says Moana live action. Very interesting.
Yeah, he was supposed to be doing that. Is that the next
Well,
one?
I don't. Why do they need that? Why do they need a live action version of that
They
movie?
don't. Just money.
They're just doing it just to do it. They got money to blow. Why not?
It's nice when they
Why
do.
not?
Well, this is
Did
picking and
you
choosing.
see Moana?
The cartoon.
Yeah,
I can't say that I have. I've seen bits and pieces, but it's not like seeing like some of the
it's
recent
cute.
Pixar stuff.
It's cute. Not their best. The songs are catchy as hell. I
I
mean,
know the
what Disney
song.
movie doesn't have catchy music? But um, it's catchy, but not the best. My favorite probably is the pig. He's so cute. The pig is so cute. But yeah, other than that, it's all right. Um, let's see, Black Adam. So Black Adam, I did not see. Was it good? You saw it, right?
It was okay. It was a
And
fun summer flick. It was popcorn
so let
fare.
me let me ask you, what's the best movie you've seen from The Rock?
If like Pain and Gain, I still really loved. That's so long ago. And then
I don't even. I don't know if I've seen that. Doesn't
was
sound
it Get
familiar.
Shorty? King Leo, you know that one. It was Get Shorty or one of those ilks where he was a gay um, uh, bodyguard. He was like a bodyguard for someone, but he was a gay person, and he had like
Hmm.
oh like anyway, like that was like one of those character roles where he was a character, like back in the old days when he was still doing that.
Uh,
I would say
I
it's
think
the earlier stuff,
the last movie I
much
seen from The
earlier stuff.
Rock was Jungle Cruise. It is horrible. When I
That's what
told
I mean.
you,
Like,
I gave it like I want to say 30 to
oh,
40 minutes before I got up.
Jumanji 1 and 2 were pretty good. I enjoyed those.
Oh, that reminds me. So somebody had posted this picture, this thing. They posted 4 pictures of The Rock, and it looked like it all was in the same movie, but they're each was separate movies, and it's
Were they
just
all
like
in
The Rock keep
jungles?
playing. Yes,
Yes.
I'm
He
just like,
loves,
what?
there's a writer in his contract. He has to be in a jungle somewhere. Oh, the he was in that movie where he had no leg and he was in a skyscraper. It's a summer
Oh,
movie. I don't think that was
um,
very good.
San Andreas,
Was that
right?
it?
I think that's
Yeah.
what it's called, something like that.
Like I
I didn't care
enjoyed it
for it either.
as a summer stupid movie. It's not a good movie. It's a movie you watch if you want to see something but you don't want to pay attention. Like those movies, I'm fine with them because like sometimes I just don't want to think for 2 hours. I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? Like you just
Oh
watch
my
it. Like,
god, that's
oh,
horrible.
this is something.
That's horrible. I didn't care for that one either. I thought I was gonna enjoy it, but
And then the
not my
monkey
cup of
one.
tea.
Do you remember that one? It was like
Monkey.
yeah, no, what's that? It's a bit sorry, based on a game, and it had like genetic creatures. Like there was one monkey and one something else, and they were supposed to fight. But it's based off of a classic video game, also not very good. If you,
What?
this is
The way
also
you're
a recent one.
describing it, I have no clue.
It's also
No
a
clue.
recent one.
So what? It's a video game movie.
It's not a video game movie. It's based off of a video game. Anyone
Was a
remember?
monkey?
Yeah, there was like a monkey that used to, or a big creature that used to destroy the buildings. You're not a
Donkey
gamer. Why am
Kong?
I
I don't
saying this?
know.
Like I was like,
I have no clue. I don't know anything about video games. I'm just shouting out things like Donkey Kong. Like I know that. That's a monkey.
it's
I
kind
don't
of like
know.
that. Oh, what
You
is that?
sure it's The Rock?
Pretty sure that was another one that came out recently. That was just, or more recently, that was just like
Mm-hmm.
wasn't very good.
Very interesting. I don't know. I haven't seen all his movies or anything, but they're not as interesting. I think the best that I've seen him in was um well, this one's a cheesy. I did like the game plan. I thought it was cute. Um
What is that one? I
uh,
don't remember.
when he's like a football player and he finds out he has a daughter who's already like, I don't know, 5 or something, and she's all sassy and shit. Um that movie and Gridiron Gang was another good one too. Um damn, he did Walking Tall was all right. I remember that.
Walking Tall. That was so long ago. That was one of the earlier ones.
Yeah, one of the early ones. I don't know, maybe his like first few movies were a little bit more enjoyable compared to now. But then again, I haven't seen it also. I
Oh,
can't really say.
Hobbs and Shaw again. Another. It's not a good movie. It's a movie.
Oh, it's one of those. What is it, a spin-off
Mm,
to a Fast and the Furious? Oh my god.
it's not a good movie, but it's got Idris Elba as Black Superman. Fuck me, awesome as all shit. Like he's on this like transforming like super bike, and he's all like got stuff going on and everything.
Really?
Yeah, like it's not a good movie though. And then like the fight
What?
scenes, Rock and the bald guy, they can't. This is like a writer in their contract. They can't. They have to be equal. Like if you ever notice, like their fights have to
What?
be equal. Rock can't get
Well,
more
I
punches.
saw I only saw like a good 10 the first 10 minutes of that movie. Those type of things are not for me. I did see like I don't know, I want to say the first 5 Fast and the Furious movies, and then after that I was just like, "Well, why are they still doing this?" You know what I mean? And then after a while, they was just like, "Is there even cars in these movies anymore?" Like I
They're
don't know.
superheroes at this point. They are just superheroes. Like they went to fucking space. They put. I don't know if anybody
Wait,
remembers
what? They
the
went to space?
Luda and not Ti. Who's the other one? But Luda and that other guy. They went to space. And if anybody remembers, what was it?
What?
Homeboys in Outer Space. Anybody remember that? That was one of the other black shows where black people went to outer space. Anyone? No.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about, but
That was
what?
also very bad. But anyway, yeah, this last final, no,
So
the second to last one, they went to space. That's not a lie. They sent black people to space in the Fast and Furious movies.
and what happened?
They didn't die. They were amazed that they didn't die. But then in the movie itself, not Ludacris, the other one, was commenting on how it's crazy that they always go through all this shit and nothing ever happens to them. It's one of those
What?
like we're acknowledging something in the movie, so it's okay, but it's not okay. Yeah.
It almost sounds like you're lying, but I
I
guess.
know, I know, I know, I know. They sent
So,
two
are they
black
having another
guys.
movie or no?
Mm, supposedly, like the last one didn't do so greatly. I watched the last one.
What number are they on?
I think that was 10. So the next one will be 11.
Whew, 10.
And then, oh my God, if you didn't see the last one, holy shit. One, John Cena's probably still alive. I don't think that's giving anything away. And
Oh
then
Lord.
like the last scene alone, holy shit. Like
Wait, did was The Rock in that too?
no, Jason. Oh, I can't give that away. But Jason Momoa is in it, and Jason Momoa
Oh,
makes
now
that
that
movie.
might convince me to watch.
Jason Momoa makes that movie. That's another movie where you're just like, whatever. But he is so brilliant in it as the bad guy that I would say watch it just for his performance alone. He plays such an over the top,
Really?
super charismatic, like flamboyant, not necessarily gay, but flamboyant character. Just over the top, just wonderful.
Oh, did you see him in the Netflix movie where he's in the dreams? Oh man, it was so good. Well, at least for
Oh,
me. He's in a it's a Netflix movie for sure, and
oh, it is a
he's
movie.
in the
Maybe
little
not.
girl dreams, and him and the little girl are going in these adventures, and he's he's like this not demon. He's like this weird character, flamboyant character. It's good. It's good. Can't remember the name of the movie, but it's on Netflix.
You know, that movie, I swear to goodness, is sold on Jason Momoa. Like for me, like
Hmm.
literally, if I watch it again, and I could, watch movies with my great grandma all the time, and that's when I would, and it's just because of him. Like
Hmm.
the movie is what it is. I'm not a big Fast Furious fan myself, but really fun character. Like just it's like for me watching Christopher Walken movies sometime. I know some of them aren't going to be the highest of quality, but I know I'm getting Christopher Walken. You know, it
Right.
usually makes me happy.
Very interesting. Now let's see. Bella says, "My name is Talking Tina, and I'm going to kill you." You got to see that episode if you didn't see it. It's so good. You
I
know,
want
you would think that it's the doll that's the villain in the situation. It's really the stepdaddy who don't give a damn. Oh, and then at some point, he yells at the little girl. Man, it's deeper than what it looks like, and it's just crazy. You know, if anybody has grown up with like basically an evil step parent like I have, like it really speaks volumes. So imagine getting killed by a doll.
oh, and
And
the
Ballet.
movie was Rampage. It also
Oh,
came out
that
in
sounds familiar.
2018. It came out in the same year as Skyscraper. Same year.
Mm. All right. Well, he got a lot of movies that people don't enjoy, apparently. Bailey says it's a cookbook. And it says Twilight Zone comes on 12:30 on MeTV Monday through Friday. Oh. If you have Paramount Plus, they have all the episodes on there too. And they have live channels on Paramount Plus, and they have like there's a channel with 90s shows, there's a channel with 80s, and then the rest of them are classics. A lot of the black and white shows are usually put together and whatnot. It's cool. So usually I'm watching that. So the Living Doll says, "You're a bad man. You're a very bad man." Della says, "I like the 80s reboot of Twilight Zone. I have not seen all the episodes. I try to, wherever I can find them. I would love to just buy the fucking DVDs. But then again, I don't have a DVD player. So then now I have to buy a DVD player. Does anybody still have stuff like that?"
I actually bought a what do you call it? Like a removable DVD drive just to have it. I haven't
Oh,
used it
okay.
once. I haven't
You
used it
know
once.
what? I might have a drive on my PC.
It's fun.
I'm just not sure.
It's good to have. It's definitely good to have. Like it's actually a blue. What is it? What's the drive called? Blu-ray drive.
Blu-ray? Mhm.
Yeah, and it's
Oh, okay.
pretty inexpensive. And I got it because I bought an Omega DVD. The Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, like their promotion before anything, and they have like a
Mhm.
box set. So I picked that up to
Oh,
be a little nerdy, wrestling nerdy.
absolutely. Okay. I might do that. I think that would be a good idea because a lot of things that people do enjoy watching are not on any streaming services at all. And I'm really surprised. Like
Homicide.
HBO don't even have Tales from the Crypt. Like, you serious? That's crazy to me. Um, CBS, that's Paramount, right? They're the ones who don't
Hmm,
have they don't have the
I think
80s
so.
or 90s Twilight Zone either. Was Outer Limits CBS too?
Oh, I don't
I'm
know.
not sure, but a lot of these shows they're really hard to find. Really hard to find.
Well, for me,
Um,
Homicide, Life on the Street. I love that show. Andre Braugher, he recently passed away. That was one of his
mm,
seminal pieces, and like you can't get that online. What the freak?
mm.
That's it should be Peacock, is an NBC show.
Oh,
Kills me.
interesting. I don't care for Peacock. I only have it really because
Peacock's not very good.
the WWE stuff.
Does not have a lot.
Everything. I don't care too much for what they have over there. I really don't. The other day I was watching Trolls, the latest Trolls movie with my daughter, and oh god, I was killing myself to stay awake for it. Um, they just stretching those things out for no reason, but hey, kids got something to watch.
I didn't know it was a thing. I was watching and that troll thing came on and somebody I was with was super hyper excited. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Why is this the thing? I must have missed it.
It's okay. It's okay. But I realized the latest movie, they got trolls of all shapes and sizes. It's not the trolls that you're used to seeing from what the was it the 80s? They don't even look like that anymore. They're just all beautiful and shit. Like it's not even the same anymore. It's weird. It's weird. Okay, Freddy's Nightmares was the late 80s, early 90s. I used to watch it late on Saturday night. I wonder if you can watch that. What streaming service that might be on? Belly says Monkey Paw. Hmm. Says it stars the actor from Slumdog Millionaire. Oh, that's what she's talking about about what the movie you were talking about, right?
Hmm.
With
Maybe.
the you said Jordan Peele produced
Yeah.
it or something like
Yeah.
that. Interesting. I don't think I've ever heard of it. So the Friday the
Trying to see if I
13th
still have
TV
it.
show was so goofy, it had nothing to do with Jason or Crystal Lake. She got her head down on that one. We got Mitch in the house who says, "What's up, guys? Hey, Mitch, what's going on?" Valet says, "Hit that like button."
Hello, Mitch.
Mr. Majestic is in the house, says, "Hi, everyone. I was between watching Ring of Honor, TNA Wrestling, TNA Impact, and OVW. Great night for Pro Wrestling." So OVW has their show on YouTube.
OVW, huh? Oh, did you
Hmm.
see? I don't think it was OVW, but Danhausen and
I think GCW.
was it GCW and the guy from Ring of Honor, the one that Blake.
Blake Christian.
Yeah, that whole thing with them passing belts.
Um,
Like apparently, like he was Blake Christian lost the belt for like a minute, two, or something like that. But then it got reversed, and well, it just like why is Danhausen doing stuff, but he's not on TV in any capacity?
You tell
Ring of
me.
Honor, Rampage. I mean, I get it if you
This
don't
is
want him
what I've
in.
been saying. There is just too much people, and well, what seems like too much people in AEW, and they're not doing anything with a lot of those people.
I,
Shit, like you said yesterday, Danhausen could have been in Team AEW. Now we would have known for sure that we in trouble with Danhausen in the group, but at least he would have been doing something, you know.
it'd be different. Oh, I want to see those
Yeah.
promos. At least it'd be. So, why aren't you doing
Well,
with
well, you know
Danhausen?
what?
People
I'll
love
say
Danhausen.
this. I know people like him because he's goofy and shit, and
But he's a good
I
wrestler.
he is, but we don't really get the chance to see that in AEW when he's his very nice character. They water him down, in my opinion. He's
Mm-hmm.
watered down, at least on AEW TV. When he's very evil character, it's a different vibe, and I feel
We almost
like
got that.
right. I feel like if he were the very evil character, that would get over too.
We
You
almost
know?
got that. We had what was it? It was like a buy-in or something where he went
Oh,
against.
it
Uh,
was a pre-show. It was like best friends versus I don't know what it was, but and they
the
were saying that
TV
oh, there's an
guys.
extra person in the group. We're not gonna say who it is, but they low key
Mm.
spilled the beans like an episode or two before. So Danhausen comes out, but he's a very evil Danhausen, and he was standing on business in that
I was
match.
so
And I was just
excited.
like,
That was very
holy
good.
shit, who
That was
is
very, very
this?
good. Yeah.
And then during the pay-per-view,
It's up with my face.
that same night during the pay-per-view, here comes Danhausen, very nice, very goofy, wearing like, I don't know, like a woman's dress, whatever the hell he was doing. And I said, we're just gonna
Mm.
forget what happened at the pre-show. That was the only time he was very evil on AEW.
Good memory, by the way. I forgot the whole setup for that. That he was like the fifth
He was a
mystery
mystery
partner.
guy, but they had already spilled the beans. I forgot what happened with that, but they spilled it a week or two before he comes out. But I think even though they spilled the beans, people were expecting for him to be, the usual Danhausen, and he came out being very evil, very serious, and whooping ass. And I was just like, okay,
All
want to
black.
see this more often. Never
Ma-
again.
If anybody's interested, just gonna plop a link to a Facebook link of it, like when he comes out. It was
Um,
QT Marshall. QT
oh
Marshall
God,
when he was
he's
still trying
wrestling
to get
again. By
over.
the way, he's
Uh,
wrestling again.
Not in AEW. I
Not in
hope.
AEW, but he's wrestling again. Honestly, I thought when he was leaving AEW, I thought he was going to pursue a career in wrestling, but elsewhere. But then
Yeah.
everybody kept saying, "Oh, maybe he's going to WWE to be a producer over there," and I was like, "No way! I don't even believe that." And he comes right back to AEW, so I don't know what happened, but I guess he just wasn't getting employment elsewhere. I don't know.
He was doing stuff in Mexico. He had that belt for a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and he felt like he should be on TV, I guess. But
Right.
he's
Right.
enhancement talent, which is not a bad thing.
QT is great. He actually is pretty
Oh,
good in the ring.
I
That
love
last
him.
promo he cut on it was on Rampage. Nobody was watching it, but oh god, it was so good.
I
So
love
so
watching him
good.
get his butt beat. He's very good at selling. He's very good in the ring. There's a reason why he's a good trainer, or
Mm-hmm.
he's a trainer.
Let's see. Henny God says ballet dancer. I was trying to be like Twilight Zone, but it's hella watered down. I think he's talking about the newer one. I didn't see it. I heard like a couple of the episodes were basically remakes of some of the past episodes. I don't want to see no remakes. Y'all
Mm.
can come up with something new. So the Outer Limits was the ish though. That was another good show too. I don't know
I
where
don't
to
think I ever
find
got
that
into that
one
too
though.
much.
So the one I'm currently watching now is called Boris Korloff thriller. That was around the time from Twilight Zone, the original too. So I started watching that a week ago. Really interesting. Really interesting.
It says The Outer
Um.
Limits is free on Amazon Prime.
Oh, okay. Let me tell you, I got Amazon Prime, and
Oh, freebie.
I. Oh, I don't have that. But Amazon Prime, nobody
Yeah.
watches anything on there. They don't have good stuff,
Oh, really? No,
in
well,
my
is it The
opinion.
Boys, right?
Oh, The Boys, yes.
Gen
Okay, so
V.
but by default, if you have Amazon Prime, so you can get your shit in 2 or 1 days, you got Amazon Video to watch too. So I don't. Yeah, I hardly
Amazon
watch
doesn't
anything from
have
there.
too much. You're right. You're right. Amazon.
And the kids section is just horrendous. Barely anything.
Yeah. No, it's hard to really find stuff, but like I don't know. Like it's weird because Paramount. No, is it Paramount the one with WWE? They're like a little
No,
below Amazon.
Peacock.
Sorry, Peacock. That's still a little below like Amazon to me.
No, I think Amazon is below. They're at the bottom of the streaming service, and then
All right,
I
we're
would
doing the list. This is the list. We're
Amazon
gonna
at the very fucking bottom. Hey, even Tubi got better stuff. Real
we're doing
talk.
this. This is the list. We're gonna rank all of these. We're gonna put like Sling TV. If someone knows like Philo or like,
Tubi is definitely better than a lot of the stuff that you're paying for, in my
I think
opinion.
so.
You
Yeah,
got a lot
yeah.
of the classics, things that you wouldn't even think you will find. They're all over there.
And
So in a
Freevee
way,
is
they're
interesting.
better.
Freevee is interesting because it's like Tubi, but I think Freevee has
Oh,
worse
I don't have
commercials.
that, so I'm not sure. I haven't tried that out.
Well,
So
this is
I
the
don't know.
list. We're gonna do this. This is gonna be like set or end of
And
Ring of
I wouldn't
Honor.
even put Netflix in on the top either. They do have some good stuff, but they're just switching up on people about how many people could use it. They're looking at IP addresses and be like, "Oh no, you can't watch something if you're not at this household." I'm just like, "What the fuck?" It is just so annoying. It's so annoying. Like for me, what I always do with Netflix is I look for things to watch. I'll add a couple of things on the wish list or whatever you call it, that list, and
Mhm.
then I just find something else to do. Not literally, I literally wouldn't watch anything at that point.
Do
Over it.
you do you get like Amazon for a month and watch through things and then like just let it go for a little bit?
No, I have Amazon because of Prime.
Oh, sorry, not Amazon. Sorry, Netflix. Because I don't. I
I don't have Netflix anymore. I was sharing. I had always been sharing Netflix since the very beginning. I remember, like, my daughter was like 2 years old. My mom calls me. She's like, "Do you know what Netflix is?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know what that is." And she's like, "Well, I'm gonna get that for Genevieve so she can watch her shows." And I'm like, "She's 2 years old. She's not watching anything. She's playing." And he ends up buying it. And then all my siblings, we all just started sharing it or whatever. My daughter didn't really care too much about cartoons. She was more into toys at that point. But up until a couple of months ago, we all were just sharing the account. And then all of a sudden it goes for, well, if you're not at um where the main account is in terms of location, you can't watch Netflix at any other location, which is so weird.
That's
So now they're
a
making sure, they're like, hey, too many people sharing these passwords. We need to make more money.
and it like that's what I liked about it. I was the person paying for the subscription so I could share it with people that I was close to. But
Hmm.
once I wasn't able to do it, there's no need for me because like yeah, I'm not. I yeah. There's just no need. I
Yeah,
haven't I haven't had a Netflix account in god dang I don't even know how long.
I don't know. But they do got some good Korean dramas on there. If y'all like Korean drama, Korean movies, they got some good stuff on there.
Did
But
you watch?
they have streaming services for that anyway with better stuff.
Were you a fan of the Korean? Like it was like a vampire show, but set like in South Korea's like past when they still had like kings
The
and
Kingdom,
royalty. Yeah,
that's my shit. That's
that
my
was
fucking shit. Oh my god, hey. Y'all be this one I tell you. So one of the other things that I love with horror is Asian horror. They get it
mm,
right. They fucking get it right
it
every
was very
time.
very good, very good.
Very good.
People
Oh,
understand the excitement that you're seeing here. The show really deserves it.
y'all just don't know. That shit is so fucking good. So good. Like I always
Great.
tell people, people tell me all the time, like if like I'm not well versed when it comes to movies like you guys, but I do watch a lot of Korean stuff and dabble into some Japanese movies too. But I always tell people, like, if you're looking for horror, some real shit, The Asians, they got it down pat. They're so good. But people always say, "Well, I don't want to read subtitles," and I'm just like, "What the fuck? What does that mean? What
I
does
put
that even
subtitles
mean?"
on everything. I don't know, man.
Oh yeah, I'm like that too. I have subtitles on everything. Just I don't know. I'm just so used to watching things with subtitles that I watch it stuff with subtitles even if it's in English. I don't know. I'm just so used to it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Asian horror, you cannot go wrong at all. Another one that I like, there's a Korean movie called The Host. Have you seen that?
I don't
This
think
is the
so.
OG movie. Okay,
Oh,
this is way back. It's so good. If you type it in on YouTube, they'll show like some of the craziest clips from that movie. It's so good. Another one, more a little bit more recently, Train to Busan is.
oh yeah.
I don't have to
Wait,
say another damn thing. I
did
don't have to say
you
another damn thing.
did you? What did you think of the second one? And I'm starting to try to remember the second one right now.
Peninsula, right?
I think so. Yeah.
That not good. I didn't care for it at all. It
The
didn't
first
feel
one though.
related at
Oh
all.
man. Yeah.
But Train to Busan, you cannot go wrong.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Um,
Train for I
it's
remember
kind
when
of
I first
oh
strolled in
man,
on that. I was in Taiwan, and like it was like going on and being very, people were talking about it, and I just went in without knowing anything about it and just watching it unfold.
it'll blow your mind. It'll blow
Oh,
your
by the
mind. It's
end,
so
you're just
good.
like so into it, and you feel for the characters, and very good.
So good. The Kingdom should have had a season three. A lot of shows took a hit because of the pandemic, and that was one of those shows.
What happened to it? Right? What happened to it?
Well, there was rumors about there being a season three, but then the pandemic happened, and they kept saying, "Oh, well, they're pushing back, filming all that stuff," and that's it. That's
That
it.
was
A
a
lot of good
great
shows
show.
took a hit because of the
That was so
pandemic.
good.
So really good, really good.
The way they did the zombies was so good. Like the little tweak, I won't give it away, but there's a certain tweak about them that gives
Mm-hmm.
them a vampiristic quality, I guess you could
Yeah,
say,
it's
which I didn't
so
even think about
good.
to now. That they would mix those two things. But yeah, yeah. Like when the first reveal of where all the things are, because you don't really know. You go to this like place and you're like, where the fuck? And then like when you figure out what's going on, it's like so gross and disgusting and like creepy all at the same time. It's a very visceral thing. Great
Yeah,
show.
really great. If anybody want to see, it's called The Kingdom. For Netflix, for the most part, they usually have dubbed versions. So if y'all don't want to read subtitles,
Mm,
y'all won't take the time to read like nobody does in 2024. They
that's
have
very
dubbed
true.
versions for the most part. I never watched anything that's like I don't mind subtitles, so I never watch a dub version of anything other than the anime that my daughter's watching right now.
Mm.
Other than that, because y'all already know, usually the subtitles come out first, and the dub version takes a while before those come out. So that's pretty much how we watch those other shows. So, Henny says, "I think Usher was on the Outer Limits." Oh, interesting.
Okay.
I said, "I remember Homeboys from Outer Space." Said the Friday the 13th series, right, Henny God? Said the fake Roman Reigns. How dare you talk about Jason Momoa like that? I see that guy in my dreams sometimes. Let's see. So they only made it through one and a half Fast and the Furious movies. Oh God. David says Homeboys from Outer Space with Flex Alexander. I don't want to hear every time. Every time I hear
Oh,
Flex
Flex.
Alexander, I think about that horrific Michael Jackson movie. I cannot erase that from my brain. One of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. I don't even know how. Like if somebody, it's like somebody asking me to play Michael Jackson. Like I wouldn't even say yes. I would just be like, "Well, why are you asking?" Like it was.
Oh man,
I
looking
don't
at
know.
the pictures reminded of this.
It's horrible, absolutely horrible. They didn't even have any of the music on the show. I mean, on the movie, the makeup was horrendous. It just,
Oh,
I don't know. I don't
Flex.
know. But the point was, I don't know.
uh,
And I think one of the main things was that they obviously didn't have approval, like by the family or by Michael's people to do it. Like if I was Michael, I would just be rolling around in my grave, just knowing that this movie is just out there for people to see. They're working on a movie now about Michael. I don't know if it's finished filming or whatever, but we'll see how that turns out.
At least you said like the television movie was those like the next flick dramedies and documentary series and all the things that kind of shifted into that you saw with those very early
Hmm.
television movies. Like we had the Kerrigan with the knee stuff and the Galuli people. We had like the when Miss Bobbitt cut off the dick of her husband. We had like all those crazy ass different things, Michael Jackson telepics and whatnot. The Long Island Lolita. Oh God, who was that? It doesn't even
I'm
matter.
not
But
sure.
like, crazy freaking times.
David says, and what it says, Dory and Ball in different worlds. Bella says, I still have a Blu-ray player.
They're good to have. They're good to have.
Yeah, I don't have that. I'm trying to look at my PC right now, and I can't tell if I do have a driver to take a DVD. I'm not sure, but we'll see. We'll see. If I can find the 80s version, I will definitely buy it. I definitely buy it. Let's see.
Apparently, the
Okay,
Runkle.
Ballet says it's Monkey Man is the movie.
Yeah.
I haven't heard about it, so I don't know. I'll check out the trailer and see what's up. Sean's in the house. It says, "Yep, Khan owns all the other organizations basically, so they fight everywhere."
Oh, I can't imagine he owns all the other independent leagues.
I don't know. I've heard people say that too. Something about it kind of makes me feel like I don't
I
know.
could
I just feel like he allows a lot of these wrestlers to go elsewhere and wrestle too, and I think that's a good thing until somebody gets injured, obviously.
mm. Yeah, because it's not as controlled as your own environment. Yeah.
Mhm.
Like House of Glory gets a lot of AEW wrestlers, and like what I could imagine is if he does like support different places so that
Right,
they
right.
do it.
Support, but owns probably not.
But then like some of the people there aren't necessarily people you think of as needing those reps. Like it was Guevara. No, not
Mhm.
Guevara. It was goodness, I can't think of it. But they had people on the show that were, mid card people. They weren't like the bottom of
You've
the
been
rung
swerving
people.
over there. Swerving over there. Um, I don't know.
Penta was the big star for this last show. It was supposed to be Penta and his brother, but Phoenix was
Yeah.
injured, or he didn't show up. They didn't explain it in English. I really appreciate that. Penta came out and he just talked to the crowd in Spanish, and
Hmm.
I try to pay attention, but all I
Oh, did
got
you take
was he was gone.
pictures?
I had some. Towards the end, like I was so into it. The ending, the last two matches, like the
Hmm.
place was just molten, so I kind of forgot. But earlier on, I took pictures.
Yeah. I was watching this video the other day of these people at a concert, right? And nobody was dancing, nobody was moving, everybody just had their phones like this.
That's the thing. Yeah, I prefer like if I
I was
do it,
shocked.
I'll have my phone up and I'll generally like watch. I have a hard time watching through a camera because I want to see what's going on, and if I'm focusing
Right.
on that, like everything else goes away.
For
So
me, what I normally do is like when a wrestler makes their entrance, that's when I take pictures and just put the phone away during the matches or whatever. A lot of people, I see this all the time. People, they're all hyped up when somebody comes out, blah 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 blah. Then the match starts and everybody's on their phone, and I'm just like, what the fuck are you here for? Go home, like doesn't make sense.
yeah,
Doesn't make sense. Like I feel like nowadays people don't enjoy the moment. They just want to record the moment so they can enjoy it another time. And I'm just like, just live in the moment where you are right now and enjoy it for what it is. Take a couple of pictures, but for you to have your phone in your hand and you're just recording, and you're not doing anything, man. That concert thing was so spooky. I was just like, y'all literally not gonna do anything. Just with your phones. Crazy.
Mm, mm, mm.
Oh, Tobin's in the house. So we don't have any games,
Hello,
but I
Tobin.
will have a game out for next week if it's gonna continue to be these, short shows. At least we can do something because this is just too short. Too short. Ben says, "Where is Wheeler Yuta?" I'm wondering what
And that
actually
belt.
happened to him at this
That
point
belt is
because he
like
has
under
a pure
hostage.
title, holding it hostage. I think Tony Khan got to the point where he was just like, "Okay, we can't make it another title. Let's just see if they'll forget about the pure title." Tony Khan, we have not forgotten.
Oh, please,
And the
he
thing
loves
is that
tournaments. He loves
right,
tournaments.
he would love to do a tournament, but I think he's at the point where too many vacated titles or maybe too many tournaments. I don't know what the situation is, but I hope Wheeler Yuta is okay.
Oh, you know what? Like he was, and I didn't agree with this. But they were trying to put like pure matches on Rampage. Remember that? Like
Mm-hmm,
they had
mm-hmm.
a few like, and that was about the time I think the last time we saw you Wheeler, and it just was like, no, keep it to Ring of Honor. Like that's something you have to build your audience to. It's such a special thing, and you can do it once in a while. Like they did it once in a while, fine. But it was like they
Right.
were kind of bringing it over to
That's what I was
Rampage. So I
saying.
was like,
Like Tony Khan sees that there's titles in Ring of Honor, and he's just like,
Jesus,
well,
keep it
we could
over
just
there.
take those and put it on AEW.
So unnecessary. So unnecessary.
Absolutely.
Anyway,
Uh, Ballet says Wheeler Yuta has been MIA for a minute.
wait, he turned into the female rapper MIA? Okay.
Okay. Belly said Netflix cracked down on sharing. I know it's so freaking annoying. After all this time, like, I don't know. They could have at least just raised the prices a bit, rather than making it difficult for people to share.
Mm.
That would have been a little bit more fair to do it that way.
Yeah, especially since
Um,
like people would probably cover that cost, like
yeah, people would. You got a few people sharing, so everybody put a little something something in it, and this probably wouldn't have been that high, but it's just crazy. So I'm at the point where I haven't watched Netflix in months. Let's see. Sean says in living color. Jacob says LOL. Tati said Tati, Jason Weaver was a young Michael in the All American Jackson 5 movie. Man, when I tell you
played the shit out of
BET
that
played the hell out of that.
movie.
There was a point where, first of all, that movie was like what 6 hours long or something like that. It was very long, and I mean, everybody's probably seen it a million times. BET, they probably playing it right now.
Mm.
Wouldn't be surprised. Oh, that was in 1992. Oh, damn! Didn't realize it was that early in the 90s. But I did enjoy that. Said Angela Bassett was the best to play Michael's mom in that, but it was obvious we talking about Tina Turner. That movie too was another one. Shit, that does remind me. The Temptation movies was another one they overplayed. What's the other one? What's the other one? You already know. I mean, I haven't watched BET in years. In years, BET is basically the Tyler Perry channel. It's just
It really
that's
is.
just what
Like,
it is.
yeah. I put it on every so often for me, ma, and
And I've never been
it's
a
either
fan of Tyler Perry. I've never been so I kind of how can I say this? I know a lot of men would say that they don't like to see other men playing as women. I'm not necessarily bothered by that. What it is to me is when it make it when these actors and even people who are on TikTok and all that stuff, they play these caricatures of women like we're stupid or we're just something to be made fun of. And at some point, it's just like this shit's not funny anymore. And I don't like it. Anyway, Tyler Perry playing Medea. There's been funny moments, but the movies it's never really Medea for me in the movies. It's usually the other shit that's going on that seems to be a little bit more interesting to me. So I don't know. I'm not too much of a fan. I did see the last movie. What was it called? What was it called? They had
Is
it
it
on
a
Netflix.
is it a funeral one? I there's so many.
No, there's something after that. There's so many of them. The Halloween one was okay. The first one it was okay to me. What's the one? The last one they did on Netflix. Somebody was graduating. Oh
Oh, I don't think I know
God.
this one.
Somebody was graduating and something. I don't know.
What about
I don't know.
his the shows that he produces? Like he has one or two situation shows around families.
The only show that I actually watched from him was House of Pain, and that was actually
Mm,
not bad.
House
Not
of
bad. But
Pain.
all the other stuff, according to other people, all those other shows are damn near the same fucking shows. So I don't know. I'm not I'm over it. I'm over it. Let's see. It says Amy Fisher was a Long Island Lolita.
Yeah,
There
yes,
were
Amy
two or
Fisher.
three made for TV movies about that story around the same time.
That's the
I don't
crazy
know.
thing. That's the crazy thing. It was like one subject, but you would end up with like two, three different movies. And
Hmm.
usually around the same time, covering it from different angles. I, for me personally, and this is lame, but it was the stories of like Letterman and like the Tonight Show, basically. Like
Hmm.
what happened when Johnny Carson left and the guy with the big chin took over, and like David Letterman was supposed to get the slot. Carson wanted Letterman to get it, but they didn't give it to him. Jay Leno, right? Jay Leno got it.
Yep.
So and like he went over to like CBS, and then Coco came in, and he was like they did two or three movies about that period of time, and like who the fuck cares? You know, it was like these rich white guys who are all battling over getting a talk show on like NBC at night, right? But I love those things. I love them, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was some good
Sean
times.
said Weird Science. Oh, I remember that.
That's a good show.
Probably on Tubi.
It
And
didn't
Bella says,
last
I
very long.
remember when we watched the Jackson An American Dream when it aired. I'm telling you, I've seen that movie a million times. So many times.
Oh wait,
Bella says, I still have Weird Science on VHS. Does anybody still have VHSs at their house?
me.
I have a couple, and they're
I
all Undertaker
I
related.
I really want to change into digital. I have a I my mom, bless her heart, she bought one of those old video cameras. Like this was a long time ago, and like you press the button, it opens, and you could put the
Oh,
VHS into
yeah.
it.
Hmm.
I still have it. I still have it. I
Wow.
want to refurbish it. It's like sitting over there. I found it in the
That is so
closet. I was
interesting.
just like, yeah, yeah.
I haven't seen one of them bad boys in a while.
I I used to edit like video games, but back then I used to have to use two VHS tapes. So like
Mhm.
have one which was a recorder, like play onto it and record, and then like
Yep,
editing
yep.
on film. Like
I mean, it's easy to get a DVD player or VHS. You go to one of the thrift stores, they're there. They're all there. But I know like everybody prefers streaming and stuff like that. But for the
mm,
stuff you can't find, you know, just get a DVD player. Especially if you have like, like for whatever reason, like during the 90s, I remember one time going like my mom had this box full of VHSs, and then it was just like, okay, what's this? And then they had labels, Tati's birthday, Vanessa's birthday, and I'm just like, oh, that's our birthday party from when we was kids. And so we popped in the VHSs, and all of them was just nothing but adults, not one child in
oh,
any of the damn thing. The only time you see a child pop up on the VHS was when they were singing happy birthday to us and then probably blocked us in a room or some shit and had their own party. And it's just like that. Parents, when they have kids' parties, it's not necessarily a kid party. Yeah, there's kids there and it's for the kids. They'll bring out the kids to sing happy birthday. But other than that, everybody's having a good time. It's just not necessarily for the kids. It's really for the parents, you
I,
know?
I was so curious where that story is going. I thought you were gonna be like you popped it in, and they
Oh
were
no,
all.
nothing crazy.
Well, I thought you were gonna say like
Nothing.
they were recorded over by like Motown Review or something like that. Like somebody
Oh,
came later on.
okay, okay.
So-
Let me tell you this. You just reminded me of something. All right. I was in it was middle school. I was in IS something, whatever school that was. I can't remember the name. I was in middle school, and my mom had one of those tape recorder that you talking about, where you put the video in, right? The tape in. So, my mom had bought a tape, and she had filmed my graduation from middle school on it, and then my one of my sisters, she was graduating a week later, and the rest of that tape was supposed to be for her stuff, right? And oh man, this is so, I feel so bad just thinking about it now. So what ended up happening was, my thing happened, my mom recorded it. Then my sister thing happened, she recorded it, right? We watched it together as a family, and everything was cool. For whatever reason, we got the idea of we can use a camcorder to make music videos. And strategically, I made sure that my shit didn't get taped over, but we taped over my sister's graduation.
Oh,
And then we was like, okay, mom is not gonna say anything. She's not even gonna remember because we already watched it. Then some family came over from Canada, and they wanted to see the graduation. And I didn't even know my mom was popping that shit on. So when she found the camcorder and played it, all she see is us rapping and doing all this stupid shit, and I was so shocked when my mom confronted us about it. It was not pretty. It was not good at all. She was mad as hell. And I was kind of embarrassed because I was like, shit, other people saw us do this stupid stuff. Like, I don't know.
Oh, it reminds me of making like videos to George Michael's Faith in the bedroom with my best friend Javier and my cousin Jamal came over.
Oh man.
Oh, making music videos, man.
I felt so bad about it. I really did. Only
I
because we
shouldn't laugh
got
at the
caught.
pain. Oh wait, was she in on it? Did she know that it was recorded over, or was she
Who, my
more
mom?
interested? Your sister.
She had no clue.
Okay, who was making
She
the
had
music videos?
no clue.
Did you?
I don't even know what it was, but we just came up with just making music video. We just had these crazy outfits, and we were just recording it. We thought it was the coolest shit,
And I
you know.
love the idea
This
of
was
you going
before the
like,
smartphones and stuff like that. It still was doing, we still had the camcorders and stuff like that. So that's just, we thought it was cool. I just thought
I.
my mom was never gonna watch it because we watched it as a family. So I was like, okay, well, she's not gonna see this, and yeah, we recorded all over that shit.
But I love that you had the foresight. You're like, well, this tape has got my shit on it, so let me not fuck it up.
Yeah.
Fast forward, fast forward, fast
Yes,
forward.
right.
Pause.
So
Now we can start.
as soon as my graduation ceremony was finished, the music video started.
Pause. We start here.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. I mean, nowadays you have your phone in your hand, and you literally have everything in the palm of your hand. You know? It's just so
I
different.
and when I got older, like when I went to college, I did a media studies minor, and during that time, I had some money, so I actually ended up buying like a video camera, and
Uh-huh.
like it just made me think about like how far I had come. It was like a Sony one, beautiful machine, but how far I had come from that gigantic thing that you had to hold on to, like as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
like a
Yeah.
5-year-old kid. holding on. Anyway, but it just made me think about like how far we come, and even now, because everything has moved over to what is it, 4DX or 4X, whatever the new
Yeah.
resolution is,
No clue.
and it's even getting higher now. Like they have newer machines that have gone even beyond that. So and like just tiny machines that, anyways, it's really impressive. It's cool to me to think of what. Well, I think of my great grandmother living 102 years and all the things she has seen over
Yeah.
her lifetime.
Wow.
But
Mm-hmm.
for me, like
Amazing.
the shift before and after computers, like, or the internet, I should say, is just, it's still to me so staggering.
Absolutely. And it
Going
really
up
feels like a
deep.
short amount of time, actually.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Like I still 99. They were talking about like the burgeoning internet. Now 99 like is still pretty long, 20 plus years ago, but
Hmm.
it's not that long. That's not that long.
It takes me back too, because around that time, do you remember LimeWire?
Hell yeah. Like the early sharing
Oh
services.
God. So I don't know. I got really into that stuff or whatever, and people would just be like, "Hey, can you make this CD? Put this the songs that I want." And then I learned how to also put the movies on the DVDs and stuff like that. And I wasn't selling it or whatever. I was just doing it for fun for like friends and family and stuff like that. And man, that shit used to just fuck up your computer, you know?
Mm.
And I never forget that time when my cousin came one day and he's like, "Oh, I want to show y'all something." And my mom had just bought us a computer like a few months before, not us knowing that he's showing us two girls in one cup. And the damn computer ain't never turned back on after that. I
Why
kid you
don't
not.
please don't show that. Like who are you showing that to? I remember we during that time, like when people were making reaction videos, I was the media studies guy. So my friend and I decided to do it, but I was from the psychology department as well. So I had wrote a thing to warn people, like a what do you call it? Like just an acceptance notice, like saying it's okay for me to view this material. I won't like try to kill these two guys like filming me.
Uh-huh.
Oh man, and like watching people's reaction. I think I showed Two Girls One Cup to people before I watched it.
Really?
Yeah, because like I knew what it was about, and like we wanted to film other people's reaction, but I didn't want to watch it. I just did not
Mm-hmm.
want to watch it.
It's
But
over?
well, sometime in the middle of filming, like people are like, "You can't ask us to do this if you don't do it yourself."
Right,
Like
right.
they weren't watching and be like, "You fucker, what the fuck did you just make me go through?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And they're like, "Well, you have to." Oh god.
And that reminds me, like another thing too was with wrestling. A lot of us couldn't watch like the pay per views, and we would always have somebody who was able to buy the pay per views to put those on VHS. So they was able to record that while those were on. Oh, I made sure we never taped over shit like that. I'm not taping over no WrestleMania. You got to be kidding me. I'm not taping over SummerSlam. No way. You know, if it's some like family shit, maybe, but not over wrestling.
I was very lucky. I knew a Jewish guy who knew people who got me a cable box. Like I still
Oh.
remember. Yeah, like I still remember that little device, like hanging on the thing and watching, and like anyway. But like even before that, when they didn't have scrambling and you could like press zero. And like it would let you see the like whatever it was on the show, but you had to keep
Mhm.
pressing zero.
Oh my god, you just
And
took it back.
then they started scrambling it. It was usually like the porn. Like people got freaked out. Like there was one or two times like porn just showed up
Mhm.
on the
Yeah,
screen.
but they did that with pay-per-views too,
Yeah,
where you
yeah,
couldn't
no,
really
yeah,
tell what you're looking at, but you can hear what's going on.
yeah. But they
Yeah,
started scrambling them. Oh,
those were the days. Nowadays, I mean, nobody wants to pay $50 for Tony Khan's pay-per-view, so there's plenty of sites to just easily watch that on. Funny.
I
Well,
don't
times have
want to pay
changed.
pay-per-view prices at all.
Oh, we got Sandman in the house. He said Willie Yuta is the parking lot attendant. Why so much hate on Wheeler Yuta? I think he's great. I really do. I think he's proved himself a lot. I know he's in a group with guys who are super accomplished, but I mean he's like the runt of the group. Even they treat him like that. I hope he's okay wherever he's at.
It would have been fine. It's just he's not around right now. So sad.
Mhm. Yeah. Jacob said Jamar, maybe we found paper planes. LOL.
MIA, the female rapper.
Oh my gosh, she said they overplayed Baby Boy. That's another one. They overplayed that movie. Oh man, that's another one like I don't care to see. Seen it too much. Ballet says peace to the Sandman. Sandman said I love weird science. Says sup ballet, what's goody? So Chet was a major asshole in Weird Science.
Oh, what kind of name is Chet? You already know you're talking to a Chet. Unless there's a Chet here, then just press like. I'm not talking about you.
Sandman said, "Fun fact: Chet became Chet became from Street Fighter.
The
I don't know
movie?
anything about I don't know anything about Street Fighter, but I know Kenny Omega plays that, and I just watch him play just so I can see him. I miss him. And that's another thing too. Kenny Omega at that fake hospital last night. Like,
Just
what
think
was
about that.
that? I thought
I'm
he was gonna
still
be on
thinking
the show
about that.
live. I thought he was gonna be on live. I thought he was gonna say, "Hey, I'm 100% fine. I'm good. I'm fighting for AEW, whatever." That's what I thought was gonna happen, but no, he's letting us know that we gonna get FTR for Team AEW. Ugh,
It was he didn't even
boo.
have his like chest out or anything. Like
Right? Like, give us a little something, you know.
he worked on his body. I mean, at least show it off.
And that's the thing too. People was like, "Well, how are you working out like that? How your body's in good shape and you supposed to be so sick?" You know? I don't know.
That's a
I don't know.
really good
I'm not
workout.
I'm not doubting it, but I'm just saying, you have those abs the way they are after all this time. You must be working out heavy still.
I thought we were gonna be Swerve, bro. I thought they were going to have him be in the match. I really wonder if he's as bad as he says. Like if they
That's
might
what I've
not
been thinking too.
bring
I
him
don't
back
know.
after the pay per view or something.
Because imagine, as much as Kenny Omega has done, the last time he really was gone was what's that injury he had? I think in end of 2021
Well, when he
when he
dropped the belts and had to get everything fixed, like he
yes,
had the
yes. Was it a neck? Was
vertigo
it?
and
I think it was a neck injury. Was like the big issue. I think it was.
oh, he had hernia, he had
Yeah, he
vertigo,
had a whole bunch of shit going on
neck
too. Yeah,
stuff.
he was gone
Uh,
for like 10 months. I want to say,
yeah, like
but
the
yeah, he had a
idea
lot
that
going on.
you don't have your balance in the ring. Like the idea he was still performing at such a high caliber when he
Hmm.
couldn't like his equilibrium was off. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, there's a lot of people
Vertigo.
that suffer from vertigo, and they don't even do a damn thing. So it's I could imagine for someone who's active and not being able to really be able to move. You know, it's crazy. Bailey said Lisa turned Chet into the big blob of Boo Boo and still had his crew cut. What the fuck? I
I
gotta see that.
I thought you guys were talking about the NBC show because there was a NBC show about a bunch of people. It was like a superhero show. If anybody remembers,
Mm,
big black guy could touch the back of his neck, shrink down. There was a rock and roll guy who, while playing the guitar, got electrocuted and can fire electricity out of it. There was the girl from Friends who could do telekinesis, and then there was like a guy who drove around in an ice cream truck. And there was a sci-fi show on
hmm,
NBC, and I think it was called Misfits, not Misfits of Science. So I apologize if anybody remembers that show. I thought we were talking about
hmm.
that.
Interesting. Sandman said, fun fact, Chet is actually Ghoulie from Street Fighter. I think I
Oh,
could be
Guile.
wrong.
Yeah,
Guile? Oh, I don't know.
Guile from
I'm
Street
sure.
Fighter.
Let's see. Ballet says he was a jerk. Ballet said Bill Paxton was a good actor.
Was?
There we go. Was. Robert Downey Jr. is a legend.
Bill
Let's
Paxton was
see.
in everything.
Ballet said he was in Weird Science too. And Jacob says Iron Man is so fun to watch. I haven't seen that in a really long time, but I do like his character in the movies. I think he's good. He's great in those. But I'm just so tapped out with the whole. Doesn't he die in the Avengers or something? I didn't even see the
Mm.
last one.
You didn't? Okay. All
I
right.
didn't. I can't. It's a lot. It's
Well,
a
it
lot.
is. It is. If you anyone who didn't get in on it at the very beginning, like it gets so much towards the end.
Mm.
It's so much towards the end. Oh, stepping back, just not a reminder, but it was Fuego del Sol 2. Right? I think that's what they called them.
Oh,
And it was just the
no
big
wonder I didn't
burly
remember.
guy under a mask with him. Now,
No wonder I didn't remember.
people truly, really thought it looked like Cody Rhodes. Still don't believe it to this day. But I think it's similar to like the like how people think and El General and oh, what's the Ring of Honor guy? How
El
do you say that?
Generico,
El
Sami Zayn.
Generico. Like people believe those two are linked. It's similar to those, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Really interesting. Like I said, there's a reason why I didn't remember that. Just so forgettable.
It was under on Dark and Elevation. It was, I think, like, I mean, ultimately, I think it was like something Cody was doing during a time when people were
Mm-hmm.
giving him shit and wanting him to turn heel. And like, it was funny because the first time he came out, I still remember, he didn't really paint over the tattoo. Like, he had something that covered it. But then the
Ugh.
next time, oh no, he covered the neck one, but he didn't really cover the one on his chest. So they're like,
Uh-huh.
"Wow, that guy has a tattoo just like Cody Rhodes." He's like, "Kaz, like, what the fuck you talking about? That's not like Cody." And then like later on, like he covered it up with paint. He's like, "You see, he doesn't even have a tattoo now." It's like, how does it?
Oh man.
It was like a quick moment, and it was yeah, like I miss that. Ring of Honor has become that for us now, even though it's more beyond a paywall. But I do miss
Yeah.
those like
What are
just
you paying for at this
pre-shows.
point? It's I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what happens and just give it a few more months and see what happens. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm hopeful.
I was too, but look how long I've been hopeful for. So we
See,
we had some good moments, but not quite there.
like right
I
up to
don't
the
know.
pay-per-view, it looked like they were doing okay-ish again, and then just
Yeah.
lost the thread.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Well, you guys, we've made it to the end of the comments. Thank you for rocking with us. Ring of Honor didn't really give much, but we still stayed for what? Oh, almost 3 hours. That's interesting. Didn't even notice we were talking for that long.
It's like
But
three whole viewings.
next week I'll make sure I'll have some Jeopardy for us to play. We'll just play for fun because, like I said, the show was very short and I wasn't expecting that. So I'll have something lined up. I will be back on Saturday for Collision and Rampage. It will be live back to back. So, Jamar, if you want to come back, that would be great. And we'll watch Collision and Rampage together. I'm actually glad that it's actually going to be on Saturday with Rampage because Friday, I don't know, just sleep in, I guess.
I prefer it if they just left it at 3 hours.
I'm not bothered by that for a Saturday. Some people already complaining about well, actually they said that Collision did some of the one of the best ratings in terms of viewership in a long time, like 600,000, close to 700,000. And that's pretty good for a Saturday. Really good for Saturday when people out here on the club having a good time or whatever. A lot of people don't want to just sit there and watch wrestling, but some of us who got nothing else to do, we're watching wrestling on Saturdays.
You know, I realize as people mention it, I don't pay any attention to ratings. I don't think there's been one moment where like you don't know ratings beforehand. So how could you even view a show and think, okay, I'm going to enjoy it on the rating because you
Hmm.
don't have the rating until it comes out. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
I realize as people mention it, I pay no attention. Like it's
Right. It's
something
not
that
a
comes
big deal
up,
to
but
me, but I like to hear that they're doing well.
yeah, that's my
That's
hope.
the thing. Because Collision took a hit for quite some time, especially after CM Punk had left. The numbers really tanked, and I could never believe the one with MJF and Kenny Omega had some of the lowest rating that Collision has ever had. I'm just like, y'all didn't know this match was happening. Like, where were you guys? I was really surprised about that. Really surprised.
Would
But
you
yeah.
have preferred just a this was maybe a long form when King Leo's around, but would you have preferred CM Punk to have just never been in AEW?
No, I like him. I love Phil Brooks. I wish things that would have, at least I wish they would have. I wish he would have left the company on a better note. I wish things were better, but I've always felt like him coming into AEW that there were people there who didn't like him to begin with, and I'm sure there's people who are in WWE right now who don't like him.
Mm.
I just feel like he probably rubs people the wrong way no matter where he goes. But I love Phil Brooks, so I appreciate what he did in AEW. And I appreciate somebody like him who not afraid to speak his mind. I don't always feel not usually. I always feel like he tells the truth. And necessarily he did tell the truth about what happened with the whole thing with Jack Perry. So it made him look like he wasn't a liar during that interview. So, people just don't like him. People don't like people like Punk, who's not afraid to speak out and whatnot. And I actually like that about him. He's cool in my books. He's cool in my books. If anything, they could have resolved it if everybody involved in that situation would have just been grown men and just sat there and talked about it. It would have been fine. Even Kenny Omega admitted that things should have been handled a different way, and he was willing to make things better. But obviously, the Young Bucks they didn't want to. So it is what it is. Whatever. Young Bucks will never be able to draw like CM Punk. So it is what it is. That's what it is. All right, you guys. So we've made it to the end. We will be back on Saturday night for Collision and Rampage. Thanks for rocking with us. See you on Saturday. Good
Take care,
night.
everybody. Good night.